Good evening. Oh god, I'm glitching out. We're good. Hi. Hi. My setup is a little weird right now because I'm still using only one monitor, and I put my chat over on my TV that is a totally different resolution. Oh Jesus. I don't want to hear myself. Hang on. I had to fix it. You guys couldn't hear it, but I had playback from somewhere. Oh, good evening, guys. Good evening. Happy government shutdown. Oh, it is, isn't it? It's that time. It do be that time of year. And tomorrow is Halloween. Tomorrow is Halloween. Oh, you guys. So I want to tell you that after my hospital stay the other day that I'm doing okay. I do have some moments where I definitely have to take it easy and I can't like overextend myself. Other than that, I feel really good. I feel really good. I feel almost back to normal. Woghead Rex, hi. Who else is early? Tony was first. Hi, Tony. Hi, Mars. Hi, Tilted. Hi. Is it Mountain Bomb? Or I always want to read it as Mr. Bomb. MTRBMB. Mr. Bomb. Hi, Paganini. Hi, Piggy. Hi, Vlad. Hi, Jay Wolf. And hi, Mark. Mark Moonfang, right? Hang on, let me stretch that out so I can actually see my chats, because my TV monitor's a bit fucking wonky. But at least it's something. It's a little hard having one monitor and juggling between 3 chats. But I am thankful for your time, nonetheless. Motor Bomb. I get it now. Motor Bomb. That makes me think of the Irish for some reason. Hi, Motor Bomb. You're on break? Oh, nice. Well, hey, thanks for leaving me a like, Piggy. You're so sweet. We're here for you. No, Justin T, hi. So you guys, okay, my monitor situation. I got 2 new power electric cords to give them power, and my monitor that I've been having trouble with, it was just straight up not even working. I didn't even register that I gave it a new power cord. So the next plan is I finally just allocate $100 and go buy a new monitor. So that's the plan currently, because not having 2 monitors as a streamer actually really sucks. It's not ideal. So we're going to chat for a little bit, and then we'll get into all the stuff that I have picked out for you guys and for me. Woghead talking about Samhain? Yes. Am I saying it right? Samhain? I know it's not pronounced like actually Samhain. Samhain. It's Samhain. I love Halloween. Did you guys know that? Oh! You know what? Tomorrow I might go ahead and start wearing my pumpkin on my head. The Steam Autumn Sale. Mars! 10 gifted subs! Oh my god. You have blessed me. Thank you, Mars. Oh my god. Paddles, if you are subbed to me on Rumble, break out the paddle. We have new subs. And you will get what you deserve. Mars, thank you. You're so sweet. Now for you guys, I am on Rumble, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Twitter tonight. I'm thinking next week I'm going to go ahead and switch from Twitter back to Kick. So that should be YouTube, Rumble, and Kick starting next week. What else is important things I should discuss before we get into it? Hang on. What else? Oh yeah, so if you're like lagging and stuff on Rumble, like I got YouTube up if you need it. Yes, thank you, Mars. Thank you, Mars. Mini hugs for Mars. There we go. Nah, you love Halloween. I don't see it. You don't see it. I love Halloween. I love Halloween. I mean, I try to not be like a maximalist and buy tons and tons of ridiculous shit that you're gonna see at like Target or something, right? I do try to get like really crafty. Like I might go to Goodwill or Salvation Army and get something and try to like upcycle it. Halloween, the only holiday. Hang on a second. Man, my chat. I thought this would be a little better. Hold on, I can make it better. The only holiday I actually care about. I gotta tell you guys, I do... Hi, Frosty. I do like Christmas, but from where I've worked retail for all of these years, I don't care to fucking hear Christmas music and all that stuff. But you know what? As millennials especially get older and everything gets targeted towards them a little bit more fiercely, I don't mind the corporatization of Halloween. That will just never get old to me. I actually feel the exact same way about Easter. I know that's kind of weird. Halloween and Easter are my favorite holidays. Close to that is Easter. No, I said that. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Tilted, $50 monitor fun. Listen, you guys have definitely covered me tonight. And that is actually what I'm going to be buying tomorrow. Preferably through Amazon. Is I'm going to get another monitor. I'm also going to take suggestions for monitors, you guys. If you could just give me like $100 budget. If you want to suggest a monitor to me. Because I did just have like regular like 1080p Scepter monitors. I couldn't even begin to tell you how big they are. 27 inches, something like that. They were like around 30 inches. They're just standard monitors. But I'll definitely take suggestions if you guys have them. Halloween's... Oh, I read that. Tomorrow's the beginning of Spooky Month, not Halloween. J-Wolf, Tomorrow, listen, we were in the pregame for Halloween, and then tomorrow is literally actually Halloween, okay? And then we just fucking party until it's the 31st, and then we eat candy. Well, I'm too old to go trick-or-treating, but... Oh my god, you guys, I gotta think of a costume for this year. Last year, I was Mood Dang. I felt weird because I don't like Mood Dang, but... J-Wolf, I got you. That's right. You better be picking up what I'm putting down. Every year I go to the spirit store and see how Han Chinese people have no idea what the holiday is about. So every year I will peruse the Spirit Halloween store, and from where I'm broke as fuck, I don't buy anything. I just like look at stuff that I may want to come back on November 1st, because let me tell you guys something. I'm that bitch. I just told you I'm not maximalist, but listen to me. I have my ways, okay? You must trust me. I am a frugal cunt, okay? But the day after Halloween, when I'm able to go get all these discounts and shit like that, I do try to get to the Spirit Halloween store. But usually, like, their stuff is not discounted enough. Like, you're gonna see, like, 20-30 discount. Whereas, like, if you go to, like, a, like, Target, you're gonna see, like, 50% off. Okay? But, I don't know. I always just try to hold out that... Because the longer you wait, the bigger those discounts are gonna get. Like, a whole week after Halloween, they're gonna be, like, 75% off. And that's usually when I'll go to places like Spirit Halloween or, I don't know, really any place that catches my eye, which none of them really have been. Oni Actual, good evening to you. Zay is a Spirit Halloween adult. guys, I went to Spirit Halloween like 2 weeks ago. I managed to get to go. I don't actually get to go out and do stuff too much Oh my god! Motor bomb! $50. Did I already thank you for that? Oh, my brain's everywhere. Motor bomb, you sweetheart. $50. Go get the monitor. Yes, sir. Okay? You guys are too kind to me. Do I deserve it? I don't deserve it. But you know what? I will buy a monitor in the morning. Because I'm going to have to. Because you guys told me I have to. And also because I did everything I could with this piece of shit. Weirdly, I don't want to part with it because I'm just like, what if it starts working one day? What if it starts working? No, I should part with it. I think that thing's about six years old. I get all the discounted candy. I love chocolate and I love gummies. And I can't, I should not. I have to exercise my free will and be a grown adult and not turn all of my daily calories into just eat candy all day, because I would do that. So I do steer clear of getting like candy discounts, but if it's Reese's or it's like a really fun gummy, I'll get it. I will buy it. I fucking love Halloween. Oh my god, so Spirit Halloween. I was there a couple of weeks ago. I got to go. I wasn't like really all that impressed with what was going on there, so I'm not gonna like fucking get the funds to take a lift to go back to the mall anytime soon. But my favorite, you guys, some of you guys are gonna like hate on me for this, but I want you to know that it's fine. I know it's cheesy and I know it's bad and it's exactly why I love it. But they had Terrifier stuff. Art the Clown. You guys, I love black and white clowns and I love Art the Clown, and I really like the Terrifier movies, even though I haven't actually seen all of them. And I was so happy to see it. They had so much Art the Clown stuff. I love Art the Clown mostly because of the twist on Pierrot the Clown, which says hold on, let me make sure I'm spelling this right. Pierrot, Pierrot the Clown, and this is like Victorian era stuff, and I really love the hopeless, romantic, heartbroken, black and white clowns. I love them. I have like an obsession with them. Vanta, Mega, hello. Let me catch up on you guys. Reese's are king. Yo, listen, if you get any Reese's, put them in your freezer. That's what I do. I put them in the freezer, and I love when they're like really solid and I bite into them. They're not like super, super hard though. Trust me, if you haven't done it before, you'll like it. Alright, let me see what you guys are saying. The Zatris Gummy Fund. I shouldn't. I have been trying to keep an eye out for like a cheap little goblet that's around 8 to 10 or 12 ounces. I said a goblet, okay? Like a really cool gothy kind of Zay-ass goblet, alright? That I can drink my soda out of. And I've been trying to keep an eye out for really any, like it shouldn't be that much, like maybe like $5. I don't know. I keep hoping Dollar Tree is gonna have something cool for Halloween, but I don't know. Dollar Tree kind of fails me a lot. I blame Walmart for buying them. That's where the letdown began. Oh, choo choo, you heard the train. I really need to remember to put my what's it called? Noise suppression on this mic. I need to remember to do that. Hi, Giggity. You got a sub. Nice. Mars, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Dollar Tree is Pajeets. What about Hobby Lobby? So, I love Hobby Lobby. I really like going there for their fabrics. Oh, we really got to get into the stream, guys. I'm doing another Wingin' It tomorrow night, so we'll definitely be chatting more. So, but they don't usually do Halloween stuff. And I'm not too big on the, like fall stuff where it's like leaves, pumpkins, and wreaths. I don't care too much about that. Also, hi Dingus. I am having the hoot. I'm not in really any pain. Even though I do feel like I pulled a muscle or something, but that's really just from where I overextended myself last night. But I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good too, Dingus. Also, Coast is rating us. Hi, Coast. Hi, Raiders. Hi, Synthno State. Ah! They're Christian Pajeets. Hobby Lobby is? But, oh, yeah. Anyway, so Hobby Lobby does not really do Halloween. But everything else that they do, like if the cutest Hello Kitty stuff is at Hobby Lobby. Okay. Maybe I should change my name on here to Snark. Oh, it's Snark Monkey! Giggity! I did not know! Hi, Snark Monkey. Hi, Snark. Hi, Snark. You may have already told me that was you already, and I just forgot. Hi, Coast. What were you streaming? I'm bloody exhausted. Too many 16-hour days this year. Oh my lord. Please tell me, Justin, that you have a vacation or some days off coming up. Guys, I love talking to you so much, but you know what? As we chit chat, I should present to you woman moment of the week. Bum bum ba. And I am not going to be able to see my OBS or my VTube studio. But you know what? If it looks fucking retarded, I'm gonna trust you guys to tell me. In a rubber room, maybe. Justin. Keep it together, Justin. I believe in you. I do. They're working you too fucking much, though. You don't deserve all that. You deserve peace and freedom. Doing some NASCAR Heat 5. Oh, wow, Heat 5. Anyway, I couldn't help but find this fucking hilarious. Hold on, let me see if I can do a little something so I can see what you guys are seeing instead of me being totally in the dark with this over here. Why has my TV gotta fail me? Why is all these electronics failing me? Can't a bitch just have a working electronic, huh? Is it really too much to ask for? Is it too much? Okay. I gotta look way over here at my TV. I know that looks kind of strange. I'm only half kidding. Caring for my elderly widower dad, mainly work my main job, then another day's work at home again. Oh my God, you got it all. You got a lot on your plate right now, Justin. Oh man, listen. Let's have some fun and laugh at liberals tonight, huh? Let's do that. Let's have some fun. Hey, Fox and Knight. All you guys who come in here and share your love with me and your time, it'll never not fill my heart with joy, okay? All right, so let's go. So this right here was some of the funniest shit that I got to see all week so far. What is today? Tuesday? Oh, I say all week. My weeks all run together. But it says an anti-ICE protester, quote unquote protester, stopped to yell at agents as they were taking an illegal into custody and forgot to put her car in park, so it rolled into a lake. Let's play that.
Well, that sucks. Look at this, Lucy.
Look.
Her car got lost.
Can you see her? Hold on, I'm in the way.
Well, that sucks.
Look how fat she is. Come on. And it's not even so much about her being fat, it's just the fucking physiognomy of this bullshit fucking shit, you know? Zatris is the less vulgar and cuter Nux Taku that I turn to so we can laugh at liberals together. Dude, Nux has been blowing my mind lately. I knew of Nux 5 years ago, I think. There is something that happened, and he just was in my YouTube algorithm, and I didn't really keep up with Nux, but the stuff that he's been saying lately, and then for Hassan, which I'm going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later on, because I got a lot of tabs. We might be here a third hour, to be honest with you guys. But where he was speaking his piece, you know, stuff that rightfully needs to be said. And then it even got Hassan talking shit about Nux. And it's like, hey, you leave the blue Jew alone, Mr. Hassan. Okay. Oh, after October 7th, he made a complete flip. Oh, did he for real? See, I don't know about really, like, what's been going on with him. Yeah, Nux is very base lately. Yeah, I even followed him. I'm like, all right, I support this guy. On fire lately, yeah, damn. I'm able to laugh at your Yankee libs anyway. Up here in Canuckistan, not so good. Ah, you're Canadian. You live in America's hat, brother. That's really cute. I don't fucking like Trudeau. Is Trudeau still in power? That's a dumb question. Of course he is. I just have a fucking piss poor memory. The blue Jew, brother. At least Nux has some sense in him. I know. Hassan Hussein Diddy Bin Laden Muhammad Biker. Shout out to Moonfang for that wordsmithing. Anyway, let's watch this again. I can't get the fuck over it. Like, she's just like...
Look at this, Lucy.
She's just pulling a fucking Karen, like... Hey!
Well,
Y'all need to leave the brown people alone! They're Democrat voters! And it's like she's a woman, doesn't even know how to drive. I actually question if that's actually a man and he's just like... on having his pretend period for the month. The Canadian debuff. Do you play WoW? Real question for Justin T. Do you play World of Warcraft? Random question. No, the new guy might be worth it. Who's the new guy? Who's the new guy? Can you guys fill me in on who's the new guy for Canada? We're gonna have to fucking annex Canada. We gotta save Justin. We gotta save the rest of our Canadian friends. Dude, listen. You bring the maple syrup and the rest of us will bring our fucking fat asses up there and we'll help, alright? Trudeau did step down, but was replaced by someone just as bad. Ugh. Another handpicked by Soros. By Carnival. No, not WoW. World of Warships. Oh, that is so dude-esque. New guy is Mike Carney. Carnival. Oh, I get it. I need to learn some more about that guy. Especially if he's no different than Trudeau. Justin Castro. You know what I'm saying? Justin Trudeau Castro. Let's start with Alberta instead of adding more blue votes. Well, I listen to the patriarchy on this channel, so that's what we're gonna do. Vanta MAGA has spoken, sorry. I think of Vanta, I think of like the best color of black there is, and it's Vanta black, and it's like a void. We'll bring the real bacon. Axe crazy high. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's talk some shit about India, and then I want to talk some shit about Muslims, okay? Let's do that. Sound good? Hey, Nathan. I can't believe his name is actually Carney. It reminds me of the crypto dude whose name was actually like Bankman Fried. His name was actually Bankman. Like, what? If Alberta leaves, I expect Yukon, where I am, to just get annexed outright. Man, we need each other. America and Canada. We need each other. That's just how it is. That's the way it's intended to be. Anyway, let me see here what we got. Let's see. India seeks access for workers in U.S. trade talks after H-1B blow. If true, this is a humiliating admission from GOI that it is unable to create opportunities for its own talent pool, a self-defeating but sadly chronic disability. So why would India themselves be seeking workers? Like, why would that be? Why would that be? This guy says it right here, actually. Why doesn't India want these super geniuses? I know. Are we just like hoovering them up? Is that what we're doing? I think that's what we're doing, isn't it? That's a big think question. I know. It makes you want to tap your little head and be like, huh? Why aren't they? You know what I think? I think I think they need to go make India great again. Was it ever great? That's racist if you answer that. It's only great in the minds of liberal white women who have this weird idea, that this Hollywood dream idea that if you go over there, it's this whole Hindu fucking paradise and nobody shits in the streets and stirs their drink with the hand they wipe with. Like, that's not happening, right? Not to liberal white women. Hi, yellow. Paganini, that's fucking hilarious. I must read what Paganini said. I often get bored, then ask AI Trump stupid things like him to annex Mexico. And then he agrees and rants about building the world's biggest theme park over it. That would be fitting. Not really when the British left. I said if you answer it, that's racist. But you're right. In my opinion, you're right. So, just, I don't know, real talk though, like people who leave their countries to come be in my country and then want to hate me for being an American. Like, it's all fragility. It's starting to sound like black fragility to me. It's like across the board, like it's all the same thing to me. All you white Americans, you have it so good over there. Meanwhile, my husband fucks the donkey when I won't put out for him. And it's like, dude, that's your fucking problem, dude, man. Come on. Anyway, I thought that this was like very nice, funny karma, okay? Like, I thought this was quite fitting that India's like, we need help. It's like, get your super geniuses to fucking help you. Listen, India's got the super geniuses, and we're over here with the young scholars. Okay, we all got what we need. Mr. Moonfang says, India was good in its own time, in its own culture. Honestly, something went wrong when they got technology. Japan, China, Korea, they all industrialized well. Something about India just failed. Do you think it might be the caste system? I don't know. Like, when you look deep into the caste system and you see how fucked up the untouchables are, which is the bottom of the tier, it's just, I accidentally smacked the crosses I have dangling from my microphone. It's all like, it almost feels like a lost cause. And I can't help but wonder, and I will admit to you, I'm not that knowledgeable on the history of India in full, but like why is the caste system like that fucking bad? Like, why are the untouchables that bad, you know? It's like the Islamics that are coming over here. I want them out. Is he Colombian? I don't know. Do they do goats over there, don't they? I don't know. I'm glad that's them and not me. I want to get a fatwa put on my head tonight, I'm afraid. Fatwa? Is that what is it what it's called? A fatwa? Cross is plural. What, worried a vampire might pay you a late night visit? I love them. I know this is probably not positive ASMR, but I made like a whole like little dangly chain that drapes around my mic, and I know that's counterintuitive because it makes a lot of sound. And it has, hold on, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 crosses on it that I put all there myself because I just really like crosses. I love them actually. Like they're beautiful. I mean, they're all like cheapo. Like I got like a pack of mixed crosses. I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna fucking do with those. Belatedly because of time weirdness, but India was dirt primitive when uplifted. They definitely were not the ones who built those ancient temples and stuff. No. You're completely right that they were not the ones. This is where like we get into shit that's as old as like ancient Sumer, ancient Egypt, and wherever the hell else. Dravidians, the dark southern Indians, have African roots. That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm on YouTube, and I'm trying to not be the classic liberal racist. I'm trying to be good. Do you guys believe that? I'm good. Wait. Did I get the subscription? Or did Phantom MAGA? Is it me? Hold on. I don't know. That like read weird to me. No, it was Nathan. I got it. See, I can read. Aw, Vanta, you are a big sweetheart. Is that what it said? I'm so confused, but I'm so humbled by it. All right, let's keep going. Fuck this Indian talking. Anyway, so I want to say this. Like, let's like shift into like some real talk for a second. This is a tweet that I made. When did I do this? Like 2 days ago. And when this unfortunate tragic situation happened, where this man went and shot up, or actually just shot up and firebombed this Latter-day Saints church. And then there's all these conflicting things. It's like, well, he's MAGA. He's a right-winger. He contributed to Act Blue, which that ended up being the wrong guy. As far as I understand, that's the wrong guy. But he was a mentally ill veteran, and we do have a problem with mental health in our country. So looking at the left wing, you can see that most prevalently. So some things do transcend like a left or right political thing. And I wanted to make this point that, you know, there's bigger things happening other than like the Christians don't need to be infighting, because there's like a whole lot of like, well, Mormons aren't real Christians. They're the actual cult. And it's like, you can't be in a cult and say that somebody else is in a cult. Like you have to understand that you're wearing blinders, you know. And I'm not talking down to anyone that is a Christian. I think Christianity is one of the most beautiful religions in the world, if not the most beautiful one to me. But, you know, if you accept Jesus Christ, that he has died for your sins, and you are a Christian, and I just wanted to bridge this gap because I saw it all over. And I want to say it now, okay? This is going to be my little PSA from my heart tonight. That we don't need any Christian infighting. Like, we don't need that. Because there's just so much more that is happening. And there'll be like a lot of detractors and a lot of people who want to subvert everything that's happening to make it something else. Whether it's like crazy leftist feds or even groypers who are just trolling their own side for whatever reason they decide to do that. But we don't need all the distraction. You know what I mean? Like, we have to stay focused on things, because Muslims and Antifa and, well, really, I think that's the big ones that's really out to hurt others, aren't they? But I wanted to say that. I wanted to include that tonight, that there's just more that matters than infighting over like who is an actual Christian and who's not. So, I mean, when we tread into the true Scotsman fallacy, that's going to keep everybody arguing, and it's just not worth anyone's time. Good versus evil is bigger than left versus right. Yes. Hey, Winters. All right, okay. I said that. I'm also like, it's already like past 9:30. So let's keep going. Okay, so I want to talk some shit about Muslims. And also, Moonfang, I completely agree with you. There is a time and a place, but it's like whether he was left or right, you know, he was still like, when we saw the words veteran, like I instantly knew that this was someone who's just mentally unwell, and I don't know. I mean, there could be some conspiracies. You should never fully rule that out. But oh, who? All I can make out was half. Listen, thank you for following me over on Twitch. I cannot see jack shit barely on my other on my TV that I'm using as a stand-in monitor. But thank you. I don't really stream a whole lot on Twitch, but maybe one day I'll do Marbles on Stream, which is Twitch. So I'm so grateful that you followed me, okay? So let's talk about some Muslims. This is breaking. A viral clip shows Dearborn, Michigan's police chief speaking in Arabic, saying, "Hamdulillah, hamdulillah, all praise is due to Allah," while boasting that the city's police force has shifted from 3% Muslim to half of the entire force. I don't like that. I don't fucking like that, okay? Like, I get that America's like a big old melting pot. Like, hey, come here, we got freedoms. Fuck these people in this country. Just come get your freedoms, everybody else. Like, I don't like all that. But we are a melting pot that has been exploited. And I remember when Dearborn first became, or was first on the radar because of this, like, growing Muslim population. It's like, oh, okay, I mean, yeah, that's fine and good. Good luck trying to enforce Sharia law. It's not going to happen. That was 10 years ago. Okay, that was 10 years ago. And one thing that I have learned in the past 10 years is that foreigners, especially really loud ones, will come over here and they will not assimilate. And I'm not saying like they need to speak the language or anything like that. But I mean, they're coming over here with their honor killings and their rape culture nonsense, okay? And then let's look at this here, okay? This guy doing what he's doing here, these are steps closer to Sharia law in Dearborn, Michigan, okay? Also, like, why are Muslims in Michigan? Do they just like the cold? Like, what are they doing there? Like, that's so strange to me. Well, whatever.
When I joined the department, Dearborn's Arab American population was nearly 50%. Yet less than 3% of our police. It's now a department that reflects and embraces the community it serves, with 45% of our officers being Arab American. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I'm proud to serve as your chief of police. When I joined the department, Dearborn...
Wow, 45%. 45%. That is disheartening to me. Okay. I said it 10 years ago when I was a wee young Zay, and now I'm old woman Zay. I'm not like actually that old, but I said back then that the Muslims are congregating here. Not all of them, but there is definitely a hatred that is taught by their religion, and they are definitely congregating here because they hate Christians, maybe even the Jews as well, but like this is like the biggest country for Christians, isn't it? I mean, their religion is at war literally with Christianity. Am I wrong about that? Educate me, guys, if you know. And with that being said, I want to also say that I am becoming more and more interested in studying the three main religions, which are, which is the Judeo-Christian religions. I'm trying to remember what the proper name for Islam is. Islam? Muhammad? The Muhammad stuff? I'm trying to educate myself a bit more on it. I actually got this from eBay. It was $8, you guys. But I got myself the New Oxford Annotated Bible with the Apocrypha, New Revised Standard version, and this is the 4th edition. They're about to come out with the 6th edition, but I just went ahead with one that worked fine for me, and it was cheaper. So I'm definitely serious business about wanting to actually study predominantly Christianity. But yes, Anyway, that's just a little side note. Let me put my book back. So, let me catch up on what you guys are saying. But what do you guys think of this? Like, what do you guys think of Dearborn, Michigan? 45% of the police force is Muslim. And then this guy's over here like, humdulillah, whatever the fuck that means. And this is happening. And I don't fucking like this at all. This is a bad sign. And it's like, oh, you don't like multiculturalism, Zay? You don't fucking like... Are you not like a cultured fucking bitch, Zay? Huh? And it's like, I'm probably more cultured than any leftist that's going to yell at me with their fucking bull ring in their nose. Okay? But you should assimilate to the country's, like, culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not... I mean, the Muslims are not doing all that well over in Japan either. Okay? And even the Japanese are experiencing some fatigue. It's okay to hate multiculturalism. Well, you see, the thing is that, like, is it hate? Is it hate to say, and this is a question for everybody, and I want to make it broad for any kind of liberal mindset that needs challenged, okay? But is it hate to think or to say that multiculturalism is a bad idea because not everyone is going to get along? Is it hate to say that? No, it is not. That is an observant thing. But the left does not want you to trust what you see or what you hear, but what they dictate. It's not sedition. It's a fucking invasion. Yes. Let me catch up on you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm missing things you guys are saying. But I am So thankful that you want to say it to me, okay? And you can always just repeat it. Taoism, Buddhism, Tingrism. I know like a little bit about Buddhism and Taoism. I know a little bit about. I don't know. I've always been like more into the hermetic side of like the occult, and there's like a lot of stuff. You know, I could go on about Gnosticism or what else? Like weird stuff like Rosicrucianism and things like that. But one thing that I have neglected, and I do like to study things in my free time, is like actually like digging deeper into Christianity. You know, especially if it's my favorite religion, right? Christianity globally is the most hunted religious group in the world, largely due to Islam. Correct. You know, I even remember 10 years ago, and I'm talking like maybe longer, just the early 2010s, of all this talk of perhaps ISIS. I don't know, some of these terrorist groups that wanted to come over here, and they're like, we will breed an army. Okay, we will have children, we will breed an army, and they are coming for the Christians. That's what they said 10 plus years ago. And now here we are with Dearborn, Michigan, which they have popped up in the news quite a bit over the past 10 years. So none of it good. Hate is not a bad thing. Hatred is sometimes necessary to stop true evil. I don't disagree at all with what J Wolf said. I'm definitely someone who spite and anger is something that I see as something empowering. I'm not saying you should hate anybody, but things that it's like you saw something that filled you with hate and anger, like you saw, or on Twitter especially, like you saw that a child was hurt because some deranged black person out of the ghetto just felt like doing it. Some Muslim just felt like doing it. What have you. I think that's something that needs to be harnessed and focused. You have to be educated with your hate and anger. The left is not. They're good at organizing, but they are not good at being strong. And when you feel a power within you, that is your strength talking to you. And I don't know. I just see hate as it can be more than that. It can be more than that. I would say personally, I will feel a great disdain for things more than I will any type of hate. But I have a great disdain for women. Almost in its entirety. Like there's things that I will see wrong with them that I have to do the shadow work and fix within myself. But that's fine though, you know, the mind craves discipline, honestly. Blind hatred is a weakness, but informed hatred is a tool that should be used and sharpened. J Wolf, you have a beautiful mind. You have a beautiful mind. I agree completely with you. What J Wolf said. What he said. I keep hearing Muslim and Islam almost used interchangeably. I don't know, Mr. Moonfang. I mean, like, educate me. Islam has Muslims, right? Muslims. I'm trying to say it like I remember people on the BBC, how they say it. The Muslims. All those Muslims. Oh. Let me catch more of what Mark was saying. Sorry I'm like squinting so hard. I'm like having to look over here. Let me scroll up. Do you know that the Islamists teach that when they reach majority status, they must institute Sharia law? See, that's what I think that they're attempting to do, specifically with the police force in Dearborn. A lot of their leaders teaching ballots, not bullets. They are seeking to conquer overwhelmingly via demographics. That's very. Thank you for laying it down for us, Mark. That's exactly what it is. Like, they think they can utilize strategery, but I mean, I just kind of look at all of this, and it's just like, do they think that they have the numbers? Any of them, like Muslims, the Rainbow Mafia, what have you, against an established nation that has a humongous workforce in it, like the silent majority, and they think they're gonna get that far. Like, they might be kind of isolated. That's why shit's isolated to the cities when the leftists are committing their crimes. Okay? But they, straight white men, are the problem. No. Muslims. We had the Muslims. The Muslims love to praise Allah and in Muhammad. You know, I never forgave the Muslims for getting Bro Team banned off YouTube like 13 years ago because he pointed at something and he said, "This is Muhammad." Shout out to you if you know who Bro Team is. Bro Team is the OG guy that I would watch all the fucking time. That was probably, like, you could probably say my comfort streamer. We still kind of is. I love Bro Team. And he's one of the inspirations to make me that made me want to be a streamer. Love Bro Team. I think he's finally back on Twitch, and I hope he's still on YouTube. I haven't seen an upload in a little while. Hi Zine. Both sides here do the same. Dehumanize their opponents so it's easier to destroy them. Nothing new. I had hoped humanity was getting close to shedding religion as a whole. Not quite yet, it seems. Well, I was definitely hoping that the collective psyche was definitely going to go up a couple IQ points, because I don't see religion as a bad thing. People need what they need to self-cleanse. That's just the way I see it, really. I know that might be kind of weird to a lot of people, but I never claimed to be normal. So, but when all this, like, SJW stuff started happening, all this, like, racism shit, a lot of stuff that came from the UK that influenced online culture to now, especially with the way that their feminists are over there, that influenced shit over here. And then of course Anita Sarkeesian, which I believe is an American. I don't know. She's definitely not from the UK. And then her doing her shit, right? So all of this set us back like 50, 60 years. And now all the low IQs want to have a full-on race war. Okay? Like, they want it. Like, they've been wanting to kill Whitey for a long time. A long time. You know. And I gotta tell you guys, if all these happenings, all these negative things that are happening in the world were not as bad as they were, or at least we could all just go back to being naive, like, teenagers 10 plus years ago, right now I would just be streaming a game and just chatting with you guys. But I have been so plugged into this for the past, like, I don't know, whenever the hell 2010 was. Like, almost 16 years ago. That now, like, I feel like we have to talk about this. You know? We have to talk about these things. Because now, like, I mean, Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and he represents every one of us who they want dead. And then there's a big grand conspiracy, which I keep trying to collect stuff to use for for stream, where there's enough proof there to convince me, but it's something I want to present to everybody else, that Order of the Nine Angles is not only behind Antifa, but is probably the reason ISIS was created. So there is like some kind of like possibly some sort of connection between these groups. And I do kind of see it as perhaps the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Maybe that's what's going on. Because Muslims do not like the gay. You know. But yet, they're fine to train or collude with trannies. I don't know. This is all bordering into conspiracy. But we need to move on. Let me catch up on what you guys are saying, then we're going to move on, okay? The Protestant Reformation was such a horrible tragedy because it ushered in the notion of a friggin' book as the ultimate source of truth. Synth, you're saying some real shit right now. Synth No State always does that, though. I love that. Synth, you are awesome. Seems good. Enough answer for me. It's why the Pope is infallible while speaking the dogma, because it's already in the church beliefs. Religion is fine. It can just easily turn to shit when people get dogmatic about it. Yes, and I would also venture to say as well, superstitious. But, you know, people are people, you know, at the end of the day. You can only, like, you can't make people change, but you can definitely just, like, encourage them or bridge gaps or anything. What Charlie was doing, actually. The Islamists use LGBT as a tool to advance their own agenda. Once they get power, they will backstab the LGBT collectivist biggest enemy or other collectivists. J Wolf. You are of high mind, my good sir. You are right about that. And that's the thing about these leftists in America. Like, they don't seem to understand that they are just useful idiots. But they feel like they're standing up for a cause. They get to be activists. They get to feel more than what they are. They have this delusion that there's a weakness within them, and the only way to feel better is to have power over others. And it only takes a modicum of power for someone with a more, I want to say, I don't know, maybe a big ego, definitely a stupid ego, to feel like that they're getting somewhere, that they have something. It's just simple observation. You see a pattern time and time again. You begin to notice things. J Wolf, the noticer. My enigmatic noticer. You are. I keep hearing... Oh, I read that. That's what Mark said. Also, Mark's over on Rumble now. Hi, Mark! Mr. Moonfang. Anyway, you guys, I am terribly sorry if I'm missing things that you said. I'm probably looking weird. I can't quite see what I look like, but I'm having to, like, look away from where my tracking is to better speak to you guys. So let's see what else I got going on. Let's see what else. Oh, yes. More about Dearborn. Dearborn Mayor Abdullah Hamoud, to a resident. He says, "You do not belong in this city, Islamophobe, get out." So the Muslims also have their fragility word, just like black folks have the N-word. They have their fragility word. Okay. Oh, I accidentally slapped my mic again. So, anyway, the resident opposed naming a street in Dearborn after pro-jihad Osama Siblani. So let's hear this.
Hezbollah, bombed the embassy in Beirut, and including many Americans. So I just feel it's quite inappropriate.
You are an Islamophobe, and although you live here, I want you to know, as mayor, you are not welcome here. And the day you move out of
I'm
the
an
city
Islamophobe.
will be
Fuck
the day
you.
that I launch a parade
Fuck
celebrating
you.
the fact that you moved out of the city. Because you
I don't
are
give
not
a
somebody
fuck.
who believes in coexistence.
I mean, has
It's like, yeah, okay, so he did bad stuff. That's okay. That our religion's okay with that. Like, literally, Muhammad got with, like, a young girl. She was, like, 8 years old. Like, what's the problem with that? Yes, we do marry cousins here, but that's because that's our thing. That's what we do, and you're just an Islamophobe, Mr. White Man, because you got everything good going on in your country, and now your country is my country, Mr. White Man. Like that's, it's just, like, mental vomit of fucking... Oh, I'm gonna get pissed. It's like, well, I called you an Islamophobe, so therefore you're wrong and bad, and now that's all over. That's gonna be all over the media. It's like, it's not working no more. It's not fucking working no more. Islamophobe, fuck you. Trying not to slur, but fuck him. Keenan Soundwave, hi. Oh, let me see if I'm gonna say that right. Aparoid. Is it Aparoid? Hi, Aparoid. I'd rather be plucking potatoes from the ground than play some Quake 3 arena, but I can't because liberals work 24/7, 7 days a week. My roll home next... Oh my god, my roll home into next California. Yeah. I mean, I'm so plugged into this. Like, I got people in my life that are like, Zay, like, I don't want to talk politics. And it's like, but it's 4 p.m. We have to talk about politics. I talk about politics all the time. I do. I love it. I guess I'm technically a commentator. A political commentator. I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm smart enough to be one. But I definitely got a lot of fucking rage in my heart. The phobe is used the same way as anti-Semitic to silence opposition. Right? These people need to be pushed out. They do. Could you imagine the liberal whites that want to go gentrify that area? I don't want to. I mean, it's the same circle and repeat leftists use. They call you racist and insert any other word here, while they themselves are racist themselves. I have never seen anyone more racist than an actual liberal. In fucking practice, speaking to them, even over Discord, I have never seen... Like, everyone's in their box. It's like the blacks are in the black box. So on and so forth. And then... it still blows my mind to this day witnessing a liberal tell a white liberal tell a black man who voted for Trump that he is a race traitor. And it's like, hold on. What? Like, that's not making sense, brother. I think you're a white. I don't know. I don't play these games. I don't even think racism is all that real. Stereotyping is real, but these words have lost their meaning, and I am very curious what is going to be next in the Soros/WEF playbook as they start their contingency plan when this all starts burning down, because rulers do not let a good tragedy go to waste. So, like, what are they going to do next when the propaganda no longer has effect? Which, Goebbels, I don't know if he invented propaganda, but he was the administrator of propaganda under Hitler. And this is going to be a paraphrase, but this is the overall point that he was making, is that once you realize that something is propaganda, the spell's broken. Like, you are no longer under its effects. You know, it has to feel like this, like, grand thing that we're all a part of. So, they can't have black people thinking for themselves for their sake. You know, you're not allowed. Like, what are you talking about? You voted for Trump? You voted for Trump? You voted for someone who wanted slaves? Like, the left doesn't want slaves. And it's like, well, The Democrats do not like that. Like, their fingers go right in their ears and they're like, la 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 la. As soon as you mention that the Ku Klux Klan was Democrat voters, like, they were supporters of that. Like, they don't like to hear about that. I suspect they will back off for a while and slowly start building up their next propaganda agenda, their next agenda puppet. In other words, a false retreat. So, like, real talk for a hot minute here with the with some conspiracy theories is I actually think because when we reach I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. When we reach 2030, that's whenever the boomers will be on what is called mortality cliff. They'll all be 65, ages 65 plus. And so, Agenda 2030, I think, like, I forget what they try to say it is. It's like some environmental thing, but like the actual, like, in motion plan with their sunk cost is to replace these boomers with foreigners. And as you see, like, that's not a viable, smart thing at all to do, but they have all the money, so they therefore think that they're right. So anyway, so I think, like, what they're going to be doing is focus more on just controlling shit through tech and through having foreigners take all these positions, local positions if they can, like, just try to infiltrate things. You can look at the UK. You will see that there is an Indian in nearly every position of power. I said nearly every. There's like a couple that's not. And I remember, like, about 5-6 years ago, maybe like 2019, seeing it float around everywhere, or in some spaces, that there is this grand conspiracy about the Indian takeover of Parliament. And I'm starting to actually believe that is a thing. It's the Great Replacement, right? That's pretty much a Great Replacement theory. Uncle Ruckus is right about black people. Hey, the Boondocks, I actually really liked that show when I was younger. Let's see, Jay Wolf is telling us the KKK were founded by the faction of Southern Dems. Many Southern Dems used to be part of the Whig Party. Ah, yes. The pre-Civil War era equivalent of the modern Dems. Yeah, I knew there was a connection there. Because I always think of the big wigs, and I'm just like, or the Whig Party, and I'm just like, I know that was a Southern thing, but I didn't know if that was actually a precursor to the modern Democrats. And then I forgot to look into it, because I forget most things. Yes, the fucking Whig Party. Ironically, Democrats were for slavery, while the conservatives were trying to vote against it. I know, and then shit like flip-flopped, right? I don't know, is this the result of not being able to work to vote third party? Because it's just, most people see it as like throwing your vote away. Is this why? Like the parties just kind of flip-flopped? Well, no. Let me take that back, because I mean, the left wing also made anyone who is to the right of them, center, or even actually right wing, they made all of that Nazi. Like, if you're not for us, you are against us. Democracy is just a cover for outright tyranny. These globalists are just installing foreigners in all levels of Western government. You can't defeat them democratically. I'm really, like, I don't... So let's put our tinfoil hat on again. Let's do a little bit more conspiracy theories. So when we say democracy, let me preface a little bit. So when we say democracy, like, whose democracy? Not ours. It's definitely the globalist democracy. It is definitely the people who are... would you count them as oligarchs, perhaps? Like parasitic oligarchs. Like we are talking about Soros and the 1,000 members of the WEF, and then the secret people that probably pay for you to not see their names on anything, that so you don't know who they are. So if they have control of everything, and this is something that was always seen as like, you know, Alex Jones just being a big blowhard, like what's he talking about? They controlled the food supply and all this and that. The thing is that they do, and what power they don't have now, they're trying to use their cheap slave labor to get, which would be putting in these H-1Bs into positions of power, because they will not question anything. Okay. Yes, the elites or the globalists, yeah. And so what happens like if they were to fully win? Entertain me for a second here. I need the patriarchy to empty the contents of your brain for me. So what, like, if you look at the UK with what it looks like to have the Indians in power, and then you have like the rest of the whites that are just scared of being labeled a racist, or they probably are married to like a super liberal atheist Jewish lady who has them pussy whipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are beaten into submission more so verbally than physically anymore. But what do we do? Like, the UK has fallen. I mean, there's some little glimmers of hope that it's going to come back, but if that happens here in America, it almost like feels like, I mean, they could starve people out if they wanted to, like any type of, like, you just like let me use an example. I'm sorry, this is like a hard, like a crazy example, but bear with me, okay? But when Caesar was fighting against, was it Caesar? When he was fighting against Vercingetorix, and this is the Battle of Alesia. I think that was Caesar. But when he was fighting Vercingetorix, and Vercingetorix held up in a barn of sorts with his people, and they were starved out. And Vercingetorix, I think Caesar had said that, you know, it's like, oh yeah, we'll have a truce or something like that if you just go ahead and come out. We'll feed your people. Your people. And he does. He comes and he surrenders to, I believe, Caesar. I should look this up, but I got like 20 plus tabs already. So, and they get starved out, and they have to surrender because Caesar had a hold on everything that was going on. And then they were immediately enslaved. Like, this is the kind of shit, the kind of like thing that I see China do to the Uyghurs even. But I'm just saying, like, if they control everything in this country, what would they want us to do? Like, we just become political prisoners? Like, I'm just trying to imagine like a worst case scenario here of like what it would be like. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Hey, Warlock. A common lie about the Civil War, by the way, was that it was entirely about slavery, but only 4 states listed slavery as a reason for secession. Those 4 states were run by Whig Dems. Well, I mean, I after I read the Thomas Sowell book, which on Rumble, if you ever want to listen to any of the books that I've read in the past, you can look up Black Rednecks, White Liberals by Thomas Sowell, and that's a book that I read on stream for everybody. And I learned that, you know, it's way deeper than just slavery. It's definitely an economic thing. And I don't know, the fact that you can't have like a normal conversation with a liberal about it, and it's like, liberals are not as smart as they think they are. I mean, you can't even hold an intelligent conversation with them. They don't even know what a fucking Nazi is. Have a good night, dingus. Sorry for my obsession. No, it's fine. Don't you worry about J Wolf. I'm just really sorry that, like, I'm missing some things. Or I catch it out of order. Used to be Jeffersonian. Oh, small federal government, right. The Whigs wanted big federal government. Yes, that's why that's a precursor to the Democrats now. Thank you, J Wolf. That's why. That makes sense. They wanted big government. I do not like big government. I want the government out of everything. I even want them out of fucking marriage. Like, get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Okay, now let me catch up with you guys on Rumble. Because the good news is that the modern day keeps giving reasons for us to defend free speech, and to a snark monkey, you are mind, body, and soul correct about that one. Because, I mean, like, you know, Europe gave up the guns. Well, the UK gave up the guns. Look how they're doing. Look how they're fucking doing. You know? I'm trying to catch up on what you guys are saying. Let's see, Tony is saying to us, democracy prevents a people from having unity, because in a democracy you gain power by attacking the other side. You have to divide a people into at least two factions to have a democracy. Yeah. Whew. I will tell you guys, I know I say this a lot to you, and I try to not be so doom-pilled, but this stuff can be quite doom-pilling, can it not? Can it fucking not be? We can't have a civil war like that today because we don't have a regional divide. We're mostly ignoring you, don't worry. She'll never catch up. Also, I don't know if I said goodnight to Dingus, but if you're still here, good night, Dingus. What they don't tell you, I'm reading something Paganini said way up here. What they don't tell you is that black women abort their kids more than white women. That's not off the hook as well. I know. Let's see. What they don't tell you is that they're not off the hook with this whole great replacement nonsense. You don't think that, like, they're trying to replace white people in the workforce because there's people that'll take less pay and all that? Anyway, let's keep going. I still got so many tabs to get through, guys. Let's go. Let's see. I saved this one from Kirsha, or as Asmongold would call her, Kirshi. Paganini. Oh, Pag. Paganini. I totally misunderstood what you said, but now I get exactly what you said. Paganini, I'm sorry. It's only doom-pilling to the extent that the left are seemingly relentless, but even they can't last forever. Soon they will be politically unviable, just like the Whigs were when they died. J-Wolf coming in here with the biggest fucking green pill I needed. White pill. Green pill? White pill. I don't know. It's a good pill. Because he's right. He's so right about that. Because, first of all, look at how tremendously fucking bad the left will eat its own. And then courting the woke narrative, the fucking nonsense, like, that always comes and bites them all in the ass, you know? It's like, oh, what are you doing? We were stroking each other's egos and you thought it was, like, really cool when I was doing my victim complex and we would have struggle sessions together. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, for, like, an example, Ethan Klein, Hassan to a big fucking extent, Do you guys know what I mean? Like, they will rip each other apart. Probably sooner before Soros can throw them away. Paganini, don't you be sorry. It's okay. I'm also just kind of dumb. And I own it, okay? I know that I'm not smart. Okay. So this is what Kirsche... It's Kirsche, but when Asmund called her that, it was like crazy cute to me, okay? It's Kirsche. It's Kirsche! Okay, so she says, this is very scary. At every level, our government works against us to make us less safe. Guys, let's keep our tinfoil hats on, okay? I might even have to pull mine out. Because you remember what I was just saying about, whatever the fuck it was like 5 minutes ago? About, the theory, the grand theory over the past many years now about how people in Parliament are being replaced with Indians. And now that's also happening here. Hang on, I'm going to bring out my, conspiracy hat. I keep talking a lot about conspiracies, you know what I mean? Do I look good? Not really, hang on. How about we wear the hat normal? It's always hard to make this work right. Hang on. I want it over there. It's good enough. It's good enough. I gotta keep going. Guys, I got something even more worse, but here, I'm only gonna give you like a taste. I'm gonna give you only a taste, okay? You see this? I dare not wear it. I dare not wear it. It's not safe to wear though. We're gonna put that away now. Now is not the time. Alright, so what Kirsche is quote tweeting here, it says, breaking, in a massively disturbing revelation, it has been revealed that Democrat states search blah 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 blah. Guys, don't worry. Don't worry, I didn't put it on. I didn't put it on. Don't worry. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Don't worry. Shh. Shh. No. No, no. I'm saving that medallion for a Muslim. Ah! Don't worry. I had protection on, alright, when I handled it. It's my hat. Alright. Anyway. And I'm massively... Let me start this whole all over because I just like bumblefucked myself here. In a massively disturbing revelation, it has been revealed that Democrat states such as New York and California are issuing CDLs to illegals as no name given, with Republican states like Oklahoma stating they have already apprehended over 125 illegals with such IDs. No name given. Why is it specifically truck driving? Like, why is it specifically they want to be truckers? A non-domiciled CDL. How many illegals do you think are in Dearborn, Michigan? I bet you there's a lot. not new, but Synth No State, but it's just like, the reality of it. Like, why? Why do we gotta be in this timeline, guys? Why? Us doctors, professors, coders, everything. Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, like, look at the dude that was busted. Like, he was a school principal. I don't think I have that up here, but he was a school principal, and he was an illegal, and he was busted. That came out like the other day. I think it's because there are a lot of trucking jobs, and the people over them were desperate for drivers. I guess so. Desperate to not pay someone a good enough wage for what they're worth. At least a quarter of the population there. Vanta, I think it's gotta be. It's because, like, especially like Indians, and I venture to assume the same for Muslims that are very nationalistic, and they'll just get impositions of power and fire anyone who's not white or anyone who's not family, and just rehire them with other Indians and family members. I imagine it's probably something like that. You see, Zay, there was this thing called the 19th Amendment. I don't hold me accountable for what my gender does, alright? I am trying to quell the anti-intellectual fire. Like, it's okay to be stupid and also like philosophy, you know? You guys I gotta get the patriarchy to help me. I know you guys help the women to vote, but now can we help them be smarter? Keenan says, I remember a truck driver that was Russian and using Google Translate to talk to me and whoever else in shipping. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right. Let's keep going. What's this? I done forgot. He says, if you make a snowman, Allah will be very angry and you will be punished on Judgment Day. If you make it without a head, then it's okay. That's Islam. Guys, is it gay to build a snowman?
Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, it's snowing, so the people are going to go outside and have fun. So no problem. But listen, don't disobey Allah in the process. One of the ways that some might disobey Allah in the snow is by making images, making snowmen. Remember, this is very dangerous, so it could be very dangerous.
Fuck Muhammad.
And the people that are punished the most severely on the Day of Judgment is going to be those who are image makers. Remember, a snowman has got an image, it's got eyes, got a nose, it resembles a human being, and that's problematic. If you make an image that doesn't have a head, then no problem. Allah ibn Abbas narrated in Sunan al-Bayhaqi said that the image is the head. If the head is removed,
what the fuck am I listening to? I did not actually hear this beforehand.
Assalamu alaikum.
That was a lot of stuff. Like, I want to watch and react to it. My first reaction to it on stream. I saw this, and I did not watch it prior. Oh my god. Oh my god. And liberals will sooner bash a Christian before acknowledging the absurdities that is Islam. I'm a little flabbergasted at the moment. Excuse me, what? Snowmen? Yeah, you can't give it a face. It needs to be beheaded. That's problematic. I'm sorry. They come over here, they come to any Western country and they don't respect shit. Fuck them. I don't care anymore. I don't care. In fact, as I said, I never forgave them for getting Bro Team banned off YouTube forever ago. Fuck them. Zay. They're liberals all the same. Okay. Liberals are what's wrong with this world. And whatever the fuck this guy thinks he's preaching over here about snowmen. It's because Muslims don't believe in any kind of images. Yeah, but I mean, we can all collectively agree that, like, they don't need to come over to the West and dictate how people need to live, right? I mean, there's nobody dictate, like, there's no Christian dictating to him how he should leave. Or live, how he should leave. How he should live. What's this? I've done forgot. Literally me all day, every day. I forgot why I was typing this. It's okay. My jaw gets noggin whenever I click on that tab and we get, like, invested in what's happening. If nothing else, I will take great pleasure in laughing at shit libs when the Muslims ban all the alphabet shit. He should leave though. Yes. I can hold on. Let me. Iconoclasty. Damn it! I know what the word is. I just can't pronounce it. Iconoclasty. Iconoclasty is a very Jewish thing. Oh, is it? I didn't know that, actually. Islam is undeniable proof that not all people or religions are equal. I know, but multiculturalism. It's like, okay, you want, like, the fucking unwashed retard kid come play with all the nice kids and not, like, get them dirty? Talking about Muslims with the Jews and the Christians, like, okay. I've come to your country, now let me tell you what you have to. Nope, get back and piss off. Yeah, I know. The thing is that, like, all these people are banking on any like sane person to be like a pushover. Multiculturalisms. Hey. It's what it is. No buts, butters. Alright, let's keep going. Islam is the fastest growing religion in America's prisons. Why do you think that is? Oh my god, it's a good question. Why do you guys think that is? I got like one good guess.
Allahu Akbar.
Aren't a lot of them pedophiles, for one? I know this isn't quite cultural of me, but why do so many black people believe that they came from Middle Eastern people? I mean, when did Islam really take hold of the Middle East? Was it the 1970s? Or this iteration of it? Forgive me for being wrong about that, but educate me if I am. Oh, you gotta talk about black Muslims gang behavior. Yeah, well, I mean, when you're in prison, I've never been in prison. Let me clarify that right now. I've never even been arrested. But anyway, in prison, from what I understand, is that you have to pick a side. If you're white, you have to be with the Aryan Brotherhood types. If you're black, you're going to be with whatever the fuck they call their gang bullshit. If you're Mexican, you stay away from the other two. Like, you stay with your kind. That just tends to be how it is. So, I don't know. A lot of Muslims. And are they just trying to keep the black man down? Are Muslims trying to keep the black man down? What? The Iranian Revolution, I believe it was. Is that the 70s? It was the 70s and 80s to keep the Soviets out of the Middle East. Okay, I never knew the reason, but I remember learning that there was like this sharp change in the 70s, and I believe like Iranians in particular, they used to be like a little bit more like free, like they could dress more freely, and then they had television shows and all this and that, like all this stuff that they were doing, like they were almost kind of westernized, and then all of a sudden they're now all Islamic. Nation of Islam. Sure, but never been to prison. Next, you're gonna tell us you're not a succubus either. I am not. I am not. I am good girl Zay. All day, every day. Mexicans have to be separated from those born in the USA and those born the south of the border too. Oh, that's right. That's right. That is true. That is true. Because it's like, well, actually, I mean, I knew about it, but I don't know the reasoning. I guess it's because it's like, if you are a U.S. Mexican, you're just not the same. You're probably seen as being more privileged by the ones south of the border. Louis Farrakhan resurrected the Nation of Islam in the late 70s. See, that's another thing I'm going to have to educate myself on. Iran was basically a Western nation before the Islamist takeover. Yeah, okay. So, which is so painfully sad to see, honestly. You know, I visited prison while in the Cub Scouts. Was it scary, Keenan? Zay be making all the other female inmates her bitches in prison. Well, listen. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you take a look at the type of women that are in prison, I don't think I'd want any of that. I don't know. When I looked into it before, like women in prison, there was like a lot of women who killed their children and their husbands. There's like a lot of that. And I don't know. I'd probably barely stand being in the same room as them. I'm just being realistic. I mean, I know that was like just a joke. Because it's like, you'd think, huh? If Zay ever had to spend a day in prison. But, no. A lot of Eileen Wuornos types. Iran actually has a fairly large counterculture that despises the Iranian regime and dreams of the era of Iran before Islamic Revolution. That pains me greatly. I wish for them to have freedom. I really do. Okay. Alright. Let's keep going. Oh my god! Let's talk about the Muslims being gay. They're gay but not gay, okay? In Afghanistan, the segregation of women is so extreme that they had to invent baka, I think it's bakabazi, a practice where boys dressed as women dance for powerful men under the belief that sexual contact with young males is more moral. And I'm going to subject you to this. It's a morbid question to ask, and it's truly not my business, but I do wonder if they do actually have sex with these guys. But imagine like in a group of boys, the one is a twink. It's like he has to be groomed into being a girl, but he can't actually be gay. It's just he has to be the girl for all the guys because this is more morally acceptable. Halal femboys. I remember a video floating around a long time ago, not a long time ago, but like earlier this year, of probably like preteen boys that was doing this for like the rich older guys. Oh god. Oh god. And I couldn't make sense of it. I'm like, why is this happening? Like, they would kill gays. I don't understand. Yes, they do have sex with them. Oh no. Oh no. Zay's being homophobic. The Muslims can't take it up the ass a little. Imagine the smell and stuff. You never know, Zay. Some guys do crazy things when they are drunk enough. I can't believe that it's this immoral and indecent to touch a woman. If I recall correctly, an American soldier got in trouble for preventing a boy from being taken by an quote-unquote ally warlord. Ugh. Islam, the religion that believes that sexual contact with men is more moral. What the fuck? See, this is where, like, I can't make sense of it. I don't think I will ever care enough to learn the Quran, but it would probably be in my best interest to actually learn it so I can form better arguments and like burn down a lot of straw men of the of what the Muslim faith will put forth. I think out of any religion that there is, Islam is one that I don't give a fuck about. You know? Like, I mean, I care, obviously, because they're making it our problem, and we have to not shy away from it and take the bull by the horns. But I certainly don't give a fuck about them. I do feel awful for the people that are oppressed by this regime, I guess I'd call it. Many of them are castrated, so never... Oh. Well, hi, Woghead. I accidentally clicked your face. Shout out to Woghead. Woghead Rex. Oh, I lost my place. Where was I at? Hang on. Snowman. Prisons. Gays. We'll start here. Woghead said, oh, castrated, so never produce testosterone. Wow. They're for sure fucking them. This is how you know Islam is fake. Tony is right. I just see it all as like clothed in a mix of like Jewish stuff and then Christian stuff and then like Middle Eastern nonsense, and it's all like a way to rationalize how to kill your neighbor kind of thing. That's what it all sounds like to me. Afghanistan. Even if you learn it, the Muslim apologist will say your argument fails because you didn't read the correct translation or interpretation. It seems like anything that has like a holy book. Oh my god, hang on, no. Let's go even broader. Anything that seems to take an apologist, they will always argue semantics, the meaning of words, and you are even down to like thought crimes, like, oh, you didn't read it right, you didn't understand it right. It's like, no man, I think it's you're a fucking gay person about all this. I have told people that I'll stop saying FAG while I'm live on YouTube. So I thought I'm letting everyone know that I'm being very good and I did not say FAG. More like gay Islam, am I right? That's right, brother. Hi, Sludge. Muhammad been homosexual. Ah! Okay, let's keep going. In the Netherlands, refugees destroy an entire hotel they had been living in for free because a different tribal Muslim clan was placed there. Listen, I may hate Islam. I may fucking hate it. But nobody hates Muslims more than other Muslims. Look at this. Oh, look at this chaos. All because they believe some different words from the other side. This is all in Muhammad's name, by the way. Both sides. Look at that. Go back to the fucking Middle East. Why? Total chimp out. Islam edition. Imagine this is a Waffle House. I can't help but laugh because it's just so fucking depressing. Like, why? All this, and they bring this over to the West, and it's like, man, who cares? And it's like, no, you don't understand. Muhammad married Aisha when she was 8, but these are the wrong Muslims. They say she was 9. Like, you know, like, I don't know, like that's how, like, pointless that is to me.
Fuck you!
I can't understand nothing they're saying. Are they speaking, I don't think they're speaking anything European. I think that was, I don't know. What's the Iron Sheik? Where's the Iron Sheik? Is the Iron Sheik still alive? That's a real honest question that I must know the answer to. Is he still alive? I hope he's still alive. Who is stronger? These bands of crash outs or the last chair bender from Waffle House? J-Wolf asking the real questions. The sad thing is, even after this shit, they still won't deport them. Well, I imagine the reason why they get such a boost and so much of a help is that the Christian hating, even if you're an upstanding moral secularist, like, those in the powers that be, they don't fucking like you. And so they have employed or deployed the Muslims to rid them of their problem. He's alive in my heart. He's not alive? When did he die? They're just asserting dominance by chimping out. I'm not afraid of them. No one else should be either. I mean, Paganini's probably right. They're just, like, asserting dominance, but, like, who's afraid of them but other fucking Muslims? It's like nobody's like in this like low IQ thought school that the rest of them are in, you know? Yeah, shit is crazy. I don't think white people ever had anything like that, even in the Wild West. I was trying to see if the Crusades could have been, I mean, obviously, like, we didn't have, like, this level of barbaricness to us. I mean, even if there was any type of slaughter, it was still of a higher, I don't know how to best put that, like a mental standard. Like, we weren't like chimping out. Oh yeah, can I just say proxy wars are homosexual, fight your own battles? I agree with that completely. Like, that is this like the first misuse and exploitation of American freedoms is dragging us in the proxy wars all the time. It's like, well, America, you gotta come over here and hold our fucking hand while we do this because it's your problem too. Like, no, it's not. They probably have different versions of the Quran, despite Muhammad saying that the Quran cannot be changed, and if it is, then Islam itself is fake. Listen, there is evidence that Mecca was moved and that it actually used to be in, oh my god, what is that, like Greek, like a Greek, it's like carved into the side of a cliff. and you could go inside, and it's like a big old room, and it used to have a city inside of this cliff face. It started with a P. It started with a P. Hang on, now well, I can't actually Google it right now. I don't know, but Mecca used to sit somewhere else, and then it was moved because there was lots and lots and lots of warlords after Muhammad, and well, they just did whatever the fuck they wanted. Pantheon? No, it's a what is the name of this fucking thing? Hang on. I will Google it. I will Google it. Hang on a minute. I will tell you. Petra. 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 Hang on. Well, that's a tiny fucking picture of Petra. But it supposedly was in Petra, which is in Jordan. And that was based off a white man who went over there to figure out their own archaeological history that Muslims have not actually bothered to learn. But yeah, it's Petra. It was supposedly in Petra, and that was based off a whole lot of like these early worship sites that were facing the wrong direction from Mecca. You know, well, not based on, but that had like a big clue to it, because they were facing like a like almost completely opposite from where Mecca is located. Something law, I think. Sorry, Monkey, I actually don't know. Oh, hey, look. The place from Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. Oh, Petra? I don't know anything about Marvel. Is that Marvel? He said Transformers. Now I feel like an asshole. Listen, I'm retarded, but I'm not stupid, okay? Don't listen to me. It's Greek. I believe, actually, Wog. I mean, it might be... As far as I understood, it was actually Greek influence for Petra. And then it was, for me, just uncovered, like, how much of, like, you know, through the trade routes and all this and that, all of the influence that the Greeks and the Romans had on the Middle East. Old mosques are directed to Petra or Jerusalem. Yes, Wog! Yes! Yes. The old original ones are, which was, to me, that's like all the proof I need that Mecca was moved, and Muslims in the modern day don't know that. They don't actually know their own history. Oh, this is cool shit. Christian, of course. Right. I think so, actually. I don't know. Do we know much else about what was going on in Petra? Because, like, once you walk past those, that big entryway, it's actually like a big carved out room that's probably about 2 stories tall. Like, big. Like that city must have been, like, stacked, like, right on top of each other. Pre-Diluvian? Right. Is not Marvel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said it. I'm sorry I said Transformers was Marvel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not geek enough for you guys. I'm sorry. Will you forgive me? Will you forgive me? It didn't exist at that time. Are you sure? Good night, J Wolf. Thank you for all the banter and hanging out with me tonight. And you sleep good, J Wolf. And good luck on those exams. I believe in you, okay? I really, really do. Okay. Did I even play this? Yeah, I did. All these motherfuckers just fighting. Just fighting. Like, why? Warlock, please put in a good word for me and tell the Council of Geeks that I'm very sorry that I conflated two totally different IPs. Okay, well, anyway, let's keep going. Let's watch this kitty for a second. I wanted to add cute stuff for you guys, okay? Why would they take that kitty away from his snack? Return to snack. Why would they just prevent Kitty from enjoying pie or whatever that thing is? You find history very interesting, yeah. I'm pretty sure Mecha did exist. I don't know. It's a space rock. That's all I know. And it's like powerful and mighty. Okay. Transformer comics were originally written by Marvel Studios back in the day and had some Marvel characters like Black Suit, Spider-Man, so you aren't completely wrong. Keenan is a Zatris apologist, and I love him for it. That's actually really cool info that Marvel did that. Like that would be fitting, actually. That'd be pretty fitting. So I know we're already 2 hours in, but let's talk about, and I'm gonna go late, but let's talk about left-wing terrorism. Written by, look at this, The Atlantic. Can you believe that? The Atlantic wrote this. And I'm gonna read it to you. And this is not the archived one, and I unfortunately do not know if they have changed anything. The Allspark? What's the Allspark? What do you mean there's no record referencing Mecha? Like that, you have to bow and face Mecha. That's why they faced Petra. Can't eat bread, it's bad for... I know it's bad, but Paganini, what if Kitty had bread a little? So, hey, Mega Monster. Surprised they even released this? Yo. I was too, that's why I wanted to read it. Let me read this to you guys while you chat with me, okay? So it says, left-wing terrorism is on the rise, says The Atlantic. And this is by David Byman and Riley McCabe. I really hope they haven't changed this, but again, I did not get a archived version of this. My apologies. Updated. Oh, well, they did. They did change it. Hey, Lake! It's good to see you, Lake. How are you doing? Keenan, feel free to share it with me. I will read it when I can, if you'd like to tell me about it. Allspark is a Michael Bay Transformers thing, isn't it? Mars is over here. Are you telling me, Mega Monster, that Mars is over here laying down some Transformers lore? Mars, are you a Transformers nerd? The Allspark is the magic cube from the Transformers. Okay. Could you imagine that Muhammad is actually... He is actually a Transformer? The Allspark gave the Transformers life. Oh my god. Now I need a meme of like the Allspark being inside of Mecha. Anyway, I'm gonna read this to you guys, okay? And it says, blah blah blah, leftoid and blah 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 bullshit, blah blah blah. You ready? No matter how hard ideologues try to exclusively blame their political foes for acts of political violence, don't you just love when they downplay the truth? The truth is that violent extremists today emerge from across the political spectrum. Nope. They're being held accountable. We're not playing the word games anymore. We have studied this problem. I don't believe you studied shit. I think you looked into shit to see how you can make it sway to the side you needed it to. We have studied this problem and believe that our data can help illuminate an issue too often defined by partisan finger-pointing. This is across the board, by the way, that they don't want the left to look bad. They have to keep a good image, even if that means lying to you. As part of a study to be published this week by the Center of Strategic and International Studies, we compiled and analyzed a data set of 750 attacks and plots in the United States from January 1st, 1994 to July 4th, 2025. So let me tell you something. Already to me, what sticks out to me as something that just seems like it couldn't be biased is that look at that big span of time. 1994 to 2025. And we only looked at 750 attacks. We only looked at that. I mean, I guess to everyone else, it's quite a large number, isn't it? But I don't know. I think that they might not have looked at a lot of this stuff that's been occurring in the past 10 years and most prevalently in the past 5. How much you want to bet? What you want to bet? How much you want to bet? Our research focuses only on incidents of terrorism, which we define as attacks or plots by a non-state actor attempting to achieve a political end or exert a psychological influence on a broad population. Sure. Okay, let's entertain this even further. Among other details, the data set includes the types of weapons used, the intended targets, the number of fatalities, and the ideology of the perpetrators. Oh shit! Did I fuck up and I can't read the rest of it to you because I did not get an archived version? Ah! Okay, maybe I can't read the rest of it to you. Unless I go find this real quick. I'm sorry, guys. Let me go find this real quick. Blah 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 blah. Well, damn, while I'm in the middle of looking this up, I see Axios. Axios says, this one here. It says, study left-wing terrorism outpaces far-right attacks for the first time in 30 years. Oh, where's the archived version of this? Well, I guess we'll move on from it, but we already get the gist of everything that's happening, huh? The gist. All political violence has been from the left. The ideology of the perpetrators is the only thing that matters, but even that can be faked. So, I want to reference back to a stream that I did, even though it's quite half-brained, but we still managed to gather some intellect from it, which was the one where I was talking about Order of the Nine Angles and 764 and all those grooming networks, right? Arguably, Order of the Nine Angles, which has caused a lot of political violence, is since probably about 1994, actually. They are only called right-wing because they use sideways swastika that it was prevalent for Nazis, okay? They themselves are not really any political affiliation, but they definitely will do things that are quite leftist. But they're only considered right-wing because of a symbol. Now that in and of itself is intellectually dishonest, in my opinion. So when we look at stuff like this, whenever they say they have conducted a study, the fact that Order of the Nine Angles has shot up places, killed people, and all this and that, and they get counted as right-wing extremists because they used a symbol that the left is like, ew, no, that's really bad, ew, right-wing. But they're not right-wing. They are not. So go figure, huh? But they're still too cocked to do anything about it. Even leftists are getting tired of this far right left extremist shit. When Charlie Kirk was tragically assassinated, that had normies that are intermixed with like hard-nosed Democrats push back and actually see Democrats as monsters. Like they actually, their eyes are opening. And that's, I want to say this again, okay, for you guys. I've said it many times before, but normies will not be activated unless it's a step too far. Unless the group or the collective has stepped too far. Like with the transing of kids, that started activating normies. And now Charlie is no longer with us because of a leftist freak, and that was a step too far. Like, you're like, they would look at their fellow man and be like, you're really glorifying death. And they looked at leftists like they were monsters, which is what they actually are, you know. Because, I mean, you only, like, when you have so much, like, ego and all of this shit that you don't take care of on the inside, you're just compensating. And I'm not talking about any of you, but this is something you can observe in a lot of people who is on the left, okay? They're very loud and proud of themselves, so you can't really miss them, right? But they're usually overcompensating for how ugly and unlikable they are. And that's usually monsters. That's usually what a monster is for you. So let me catch up what you guys are saying. So Nazis are left-wing if they're O9A. I'm telling you, like, if you look at their Wikipedia, I think there's even an entry in there at one point that is explaining that they're left-wing because of their use of symbols. And it's like, all right, I think we need to start redefining some of this shit, because you would probably have some people venture to say, like, well, they're probably not even actually part of any political affiliation. But I personally think that they are, and they are using the left wing, the Democrat side of things to further their nihilistic accelerationism. So, you know, I think about this a lot, Keenan, as well. Like, I can only imagine myself what this is going to look like in history books, or even in any type of blog or site in 100 years, when we're talking about what is happening now. So, I do think about that a lot. Like, what's that going to look like? I mean, they already tried to remove Trump from everything that they could. Do you guys remember that? Stepping too far. Again, that's that type of shit that activates the normies. And because you can't, like, just be like, hey, wake the fuck up, because, like, a lot of times, like, they just want to worry about their job or their family, or just playing games and relaxing. Like, they don't want to be, like, bothered by all this stuff. And And then they catch like a whiff of like the bullshit that's going around, like transing kids and all that, and like yeah, man, welcome to it. This is what's happening. One second, I'm checking you guys. Hang on. Boo 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 boo. Man, we're going late tonight, and I'm even doing another Wingin' It tomorrow night. I may have to wrap up soon. But also, Snark Monkey, you are a grand sweetheart for finding that for me. I couldn't find it when I tried to search it like right quickly. But I didn't even think to do the Wayback Machine. I went to another site. Yandex had it. Yandex. Now I'm gonna read it to you. Big thank you to Giggity/Snark Monkey. Thank you so much. Hold on, I'm clicking on people. It's Lake. Yo, shout out to Lake. I keep accidentally clicking on you guys. Okay. Where's it at? It's right there. So let's actually read it now. Let's get into it. So we read this. Blah, 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 blah. The number of fatalities and the ideology of the perpetrators. So now that, like, I just told you, like, that 09A shit, let's keep that in mind. That when we're hearing right-wing extremists, I actually venture to argue that's not actually what they are, unless we're just basing it off symbolism. Which even then, when we argue optics, I'm telling you now, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me anything that you think is contrary to what I'm saying. But as far as I know, when we talk about optics, no, that shouldn't. Image is not that can be faked. That can be faked. I mean, look at the fucking dude who runs Blood Tribe. Okay, look at Patriot Front. Like, they do all the observable thing to come across a certain way when that's not what they are. Okay? But Order of the Nine Angles uses Nazi symbolism as really as a way to desensitize their own members. Like, they just kind of make it mean something else. Was obviously glow. I think 09A is from the early 90s. I mean, probably older than that. But they definitely were having, like, attacks and shit carried out in their name in the early 90s. And that's observable through Wikipedia. Oh my. During a stream, even say, I have just exposed you, Lake. I'm sorry. But yeah, shout out to Lake. I accidentally clicked them. Wonder if in 100 years they will also write about us, like, then for no reason at all. I know. That would be actually kind of cool. You know, already in the history books and anything that's going to be chronicalizing it, where future generations are going to get to hear about the weaponized autism of 4chan, which I'm very proud of. I'm very proud of that, to be honest with you. I'm glad to have been part of the timeline that had weaponized autism. Anyway, I'm going to continue this article for you guys now. Thanks very much to Giggity/Snark Monkey. Thank you. All right, let's go. We found that left-wing terrorism has increased. Well, we're being honest. It's really sexy when we're honest. I'm going to be for real. We found that left-wing terrorism has increased since President Donald Trump's rise to political prominence in 2016. Okay, but are we going to go into why that was? Indeed, 2025 marks the first time in more than 30 years that left-wing attacks outnumbered those from the far right. Thank you, bitch. Despite its recent increase, however, left-wing terrorism is not nearly as common today as it was in the 60s and the 70s. See, that's right. I'm glad that was mentioned, because I want to say something. You want to know, if you want, like, just an inkling of a clue of how fucking deranged feminists were in the 60s and 70s, look up the woman who shot Andy Warhol. That's your little bit of homework. If you feel like partaking in that, look up the woman who shot Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol was a prolific artist. Okay, and once you see his art, just in case you don't know who he is, once you Google that, you'll see some of his art, and you'll totally get like his like pop. What is it, like pop style art that he did? Zay, I'll take you out for food as thanks. Sushi at the salmon slot sound good. Yes. Salerno. Is that her last name? Ooh, I don't remember. But, like, yes, let's go get sushi at the salmon slot. At least I'm not pronouncing it salmon like I used to. Somebody got all over me about calling it that. And I'm like, I don't even eat that stuff. How are you supposed to say it? I don't eat freshwater fish. Salmon. Salmon. Let's keep reading, though. Ah la 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 la. Do you guys miss when I used to read books to you? Do you guys miss it? Be honest with me. Feminist is a feminist no matter the time. Snark's right. Do you guys miss when I used to read books to you? Does this like, do you remember back to when I used to read books to you as I read this to you? Those years marked the height of groups such as the Weather Underground and the Symbionese Liberation Army. I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's fine. Best known for kidnapping the newspaper heiress Patty Hearst. In the 80s and early 90s, left-wing terrorism declined while jihadist and right-wing terrorism rose, particularly in the forms of anti-government and white supremacist violence. And I guarantee you, sprinkled into that is still little bits of what is technically left-wing violence. But you know what? I'm being a bit of a cunt about that. Reading time is best. Reading time day is best day. You miss it, really? You used to read books? Yeah. Then I took a break. Vanta Maga, I want to let you know right now, if you do go look back at it, I have some I have not cataloged into a playlist on Rumble yet, but I want you to know I'm not a very good reader. I really was just reading stuff that was interesting to me. I will eventually get back into it. A lot of it gets derailed by banter and chatter, but any excuse to get to hang out with everybody and just, I don't know, have fun, right? Is a good excuse to stream for me. So, but yeah, like, don't expect me to be like reading good, or I don't know, like I'd go on like 45-minute tangents about shit. Yeah. But I do plan to get back into reading it, and I would do it Sundays and Mondays, and then for a good while I went Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and then like my IRL schedule got like more chaotic, and I'm not at home enough, so yeah. All the reading streams are bangers. Oh, you make me feel good. All right, I'm missing stuff that you guys are saying over here on YouTube, and I'm so sorry. Let me catch you. I remember looking up if the Nazi Party were more left or right, and both Google and Wiki are trying to rewrite history, saying it's more right-wing ideology. An unhinged audiobook sounds fun. Well, listen, if I could recommend you any that you start with, Phantom Maga, if you like Thomas Sowell, I would definitely recommend when I read Black Rednecks and White Liberals. I have read a couple manifestos. Is there a book that any of you would recommend for Vanta to check out? I don't know. I've actually read a lot. I did like a 1.5 years worth of reading books to everybody. And I miss it dearly. Like that was like one of my favorite routines was the 2 to 3 days a week that we would like bust out some pages of a book and get through it. There's only one that I did not finish reading, and that was Rules for Radicals by Saul Alinsky, which was actually the last book that I read. And that was just such a bloviated, pointless fucking book. But he had to write a book and fill time with it. But it was not... It's not really worth your time. A book, you say? Oh, yes, Tony. Tony also writes books. Thomas will absolutely go back and watch Ashley Biden. So Ashley Biden's diary is, I think, what started all of this. I think, because my viewership was like very, very small at the time, and I think collectively they wanted me to read more books. Am I remember that correctly? I think so. I try to do what you guys want me to do. Oh, let me catch what you're saying. Oh, so you can be called sweetheart? Oh, Keenan! That is a very special good boy moment, isn't it? I gotta reserve that for when you guys are actual sweethearts. Which is all the time, but listen, I'm gonna use it sparingly. I now have power over you. Do you like whenever I have power over you? I am the dictator after all, aren't I? Guys, let me read some more of this. Hang on, actually. Let's see. Snark Monkey is saying, or Giggity is saying, the Nazis were left. Left wing is in American political history anyway. About strong centralized government. Right wing is small decentralized government. Spewing the facts, are we? I mean, also, like, in this leftist dystopian fever dream, we will never have something like Nazis again. Like, they're so scared of history repeating. When history does not actually repeat, it does rhyme. So, like, this whole idea that we're gonna have Nazis because we're living during Weimar again, like, that isn't exactly going to happen. Even though they want to, like, piss their fucking pants and coom at the same time at this idea of a right-wing death squad, you know, and it's like, listen, I understand that you guys have some, like, skewed idea of what a strong man is supposed to be, but, like, no one's going to do this. No one is going to do this. And I have a very, very simple reason as to why we're not going to ever do something like that. For any leftist that's listening, that's because we have principles and we have morals. Okay? Moving on. No, Tony, stop. I seem to recall writing something about what you do when you have power over someone. Shout out to Tony's fanfic if you're in my Discord server and you've read it. I don't know about power over me, but I do like hugs. You like hugs? I wish that I could have custom emotes on YouTube. It makes me sad that I don't, but hang on. There you go. Okay. Let me finish reading this. See, this is what it's like to do story time with me. I have just completely not finished, like, the smallest remainder of the page because I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. And then bloop, blop, bleep. Okay, so following that trend, I'm going to keep reading. Following that trend, according to our analysis, violence on the... How much you want to bet their actual analysis was, like, just reading other sites? I mean, let's be for real here. I mean, they're not, like, being transparent. Like, my faith and trust in these, like, liberal orgs is, like, through the floor. You know what I'm saying? It's just through the floor. It's all, like, mental gymnastics for me. It's like, all right. Following that trend, according to our analysis, violence on the left accounted for 4 plots and attacks from 1994 to 2000. You know what? I'm shutting up and I'm reading. Compared with 144 on the right. That difference narrowed in the following decade, but the right continued to account for significantly more attacks and killings than did the left. Okay. The year 2016 was a turning point for left-wing terrorism, even as right-wing incidents remained much more common. Trump's political ascent and the expansion of the MAGA movement seemed to have re-energized left-wing violent extremism. Yeah, they went back to their roots, huh? Think about that. Which accounted for 37 incidents from 2016 to 2024. And I just want to point out, this is again violence that they're talking about. It's not like everything else, like the shit that YouTube came out and said, where it's like, yeah, we were bogging people down to appease Biden and shit, you know, and outright banning them. Because like character assassination is not counted. Most of them motivated by either anti-government or partisan sentiment. By July 4th of this year, far left extremists had already been responsible for 5 terrorist attacks and plots, putting 2025 on pace to be the left's most violent year in more than 3 decades. On July 4th, for example, law enforcement officials say that an assailant shot and wounded a police officer who was responding to reports of a disturbance at a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement detention facility in Texas. Meanwhile, another alleged assailant fired at ICE correctional officers. Authorities apprehended 14 suspects who now face federal charges, including attempted murder of federal officers and firearm-related offenses. Details about Kirk's alleged killer are still emerging, but preliminary evidence indicates that he had left-wing motivations and could add to this year's tally. That was some bullshit. We all know he was an actual leftist and was radicalized by Bussy. Okay. Hey, Max. I did got my tinfoil hat on. I'm not wearing it very well, but you know. I hope I make it look cute. Nazi? You mean the National Socialist German Workers' Party? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, over here, like, they try to make it seem like MAGA is the sheer definition of the modern day Nazi. And it's like, this is by people who are literally mad at their dads, guys. Like, these are by limp-wristed, weak-minded fools who think that they're morally superior. So, like, that's not going to stand up anywhere. Like, that's not, like, that's dumb. Like, that's dumb as shit. Like, leftists, like, come on. Dumb is what they are. Let's keep going. In many cases, categorizing the ideology of a perpetrator is difficult, if not impossible. Some extremists pick from a salad bar of ideologies, as the former FBI director Christopher Wray once said, many of which don't fight the traditional right-left dichotomy. He's not wrong. Like, 09A is exactly what I was talking about. Zay stole that line from Cyrus. What did Aaron say? What did I steal from Aaron? Gamers to Waffen SS membership pipeline is quite short. Alright, let's keep reading. In other instances, such as the 2011 shooting of Democratic Representative Gabby Giffords, a perpetrator's beliefs are so muddled that even calling them political exaggerates their coherence, despite the fact that the target is a political figure. It's just, like, when is normie media going to fucking start talking about nihilistic blah blah blah. Accelerational. My brain is shutting off because it's getting really late for me. Accelerationism, blah blah blah. You guys know what I'm saying. O9A? Oh yes, Order of the Nine Angles. That is a framework that a lot of like these edgy, freakish people will use their framework in the way that they I would venture to say haze people into doing. Oh, Radicalized by Bussy. It was actually Jeremy from The Quartering that I stole that from. Because he got dragged for saying it. Because it was at the time that all these leftist reactionaries were like, oh, see, he came from Republican parents that were Christian. And it's like, yeah, well, so do most leftists. I mean, they had to be groomed into being turned against people, and that's usually what is going on. So, the iconography of the Order of the Trapezoid, 5 angles to the pentacle for the trapezoid. This sounds like geometry. I can't do math, okay? I am a woman. Is it angles or angels? It's angles. It's angles. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, you'd be like, you'd want to think it was angels because, I mean, could you imagine if I had my own order? But no, it's angles, like geometry. Let's keep going. A major shift in politics, however, can cause the losing side to become more combative. Just as Trump's... it sounds like tantruming, doesn't it? Just as Trump's election led to a rise in left-wing violence, President Barack Obama's election corresponded with a surge of violence from the right. There's a lot of that was just taken over real quick. There was a lot, like when do you remember like the boomers all got together and they made like this grassroots movement called the Tea Party, and then it was hijacked right away with people who were paid to go out there and show these signs of Obama looking like a witch doctor and shit like that. The Salty Order of Zatriads. That's fucking cute! If I wasn't so connected to the name of my Discord server being Garden of Eternity, I would actually name it that. The Salty Order of Zatriads. That's cute. Let's keep going. Guys, I will have to find a moment to wrap up so I can go to bed on time. But I am doing another Wingin' It tomorrow, and I'm going to clue you guys in, okay? I was already going to talk about liberal nonsense. And so, like, what we got left here, I can actually do tomorrow night, too. And I was going to show you, I don't know, like, a lot of, like, shit to laugh at when it comes to liberals. The talk radio right took over the Tea Party. See, now that I don't know. Like, I was too young for really all that. I'm not gonna lie to you. The saws, the Sues. Oh, WOG. I don't even know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the Tea Party that happened in the 2010s? It was destroyed in less than 6 months. Oh my god, yeah. It was. Anyway, let's keep reading, you guys. See, this is what book time, aka story time with Zay, feels like, by the way, for all of my new faces that hang out with me. I just get so sidetracked. And then I can't pronounce words and stuff. But I still had a great time reading. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, you seem to know deeper than I do about it. I just remember what I was witnessing because this was at the same time as Occupy Wall Street, which I was more focused on that. And at the same time, like, I remember this, like, Tea Party stuff happening. And yeah, I don't know. I just remember it was, like, taken over by paid actors. It was just, like, hard-nosed paid actors, like, this is what they were. Okay, let's keep going. But it was more like doing the optics for media. Like, this is the same shit the liberals trying to do now, but I say hold their feet to the fire and don't let them get away with it, because I'm tired of the optics game. Okay. I'm going to reread this line about here just to refuculate my brain into what the hell we were just talking about. All right. Just as Trump's election led to a rise in left-wing violence, President Barack Obama's election corresponded with a surge of violence from the right. From 2009 to 2016, right-wing extremists were responsible for 106 terrorist attacks and plots, nearly double the 58 right-wing incidents that occurred in the 8 years prior. These tend to be more lethal than left-wing attacks, which generally target specific individuals, such as the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson last year, or the assassination attempt on Trump at his West Palm Beach golf course. Right-wing extremists... Hold on, time out. Have you guys noticed that we never heard another thing about the kid who attempted to shoot Trump? Like, we didn't get to know anything else about him. That has actually been creeping me out for a long time. Okay, so right-wing extremists, by contrast, are more likely to target whole groups. In the past decade, in the United States, 36 left-wing attacks have killed 13 people, whereas 152 right-wing attacks have killed 112. The Biden administration took important steps to counter the rise of far-right extremism. What, by arming, like, by militarizing the entire White House because he was scared? After January 6th, 2021, the U.S. government brought charges against more than 1,000 people who were pardoned, were they not? They were pardoned, the J6ers were. Am I wrong about that? I think only one lady out of the whole bunch is like, no, I did wrong. I'm going to keep doing my time. Well, Zay, he was just a kid, and now he's dead. What is there to know? I just, like... all this connection to the WEF. I know, like, I get, like, crazy conspiracy theorist about the WEF. But they have their hand in everything, so... Or what was it, a BlackRock commercial that he was in? Something like that. J6 didn't even break the law? Mm-mm. No, they didn't. Alright, let's keep going. Against more than 1,000 people, disrupting violent right-wing networks such as the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys. The administration also made right-wing groups a counterterrorism priority, taking measures to reduce the presence of extremists in the military. The far-right terrorist death toll fell under Biden, compared with the previous 4 years, but lethal attacks persisted. This year, however, violence on the right has plummeted. Only one right-wing terrorist incident occurred in the first 6 months of 2025. The June assassination of the Minnesota state legislator Melissa Hortman and her husband. This extraordinary drop-off is too recent to allow for any definitive explanations, and the number of terror incidents often fluctuate over short periods. But Trump's re-election could be a key factor. His victory deflated election conspiracies that had once motivated many extremists. Since then, Trump has taken a maximal approach on some of the far right's highest priority issues, particularly immigration. Enrique Tarrio, the former Proud Boys leader and convicted seditionist whom Trump pardoned, recently summed up the president's potential psychological effect on the violent far right. And he says, quote, "We won, we've got what we wanted," end quote. Under Trump, right-wing extremists may feel less need to mobilize because they sense that their interests are already being taken care of. But Kirk's death could change this calculus. Conservatives, including members of Congress and online influencers, have used the assassination to support the contention that the left is engaged in war. Well, they are. Trump himself has claimed that a network of political organizations fund and support violence and must be neutralized. And I agree with him on that. This sort of rhetoric could encourage right-wing vigilantism or... See, what the fuck is that word? Presage a government crackdown on left-leaning organizations, which in turn could inflame left-wing extremism and pose a grave threat to free speech. Well, we have to protect our own. We have to protect our own. What other better way is there to do that? I think it's because he died. I guess, but like his whole Keenan, his whole like internet, everything was just gone. I mean, I guess because he died. I guess. But it's just like nothing can be found about him. Well, I mean, I guess I'm wrong because, you know, there's the commercial that he was in, and then there's like the odd tidbits here and there. I don't know. You guys, I'm only, hang on. Let me get Discord. I was over prepared for tonight. So I want you to look at the top of this when I pull it up, okay? Well, allow me to do it the correct way. Hello. Hang on, I'm supposed to be able to click Alt or hit Alt. Oh, look at all those tabs I have. I have no problem being able to do more of them tomorrow night. But I will have to call it for the night here in a little bit. I mean, I hope the day comes where I'm able to stream full time and I can dedicate like a whole 5 hours to things. That's some wishful thinking. That's what I hope the future has for me. But yeah, I got a lot of tabs with tomorrow night. Like I already had like a bunch of stuff aggregated and ready to go for laughing at just like left-wing nonsense and violence and all that. So this will all tack right into it. I did actually have a feeling that I was going to have so much to talk about that I needed 2 nights, and also from where I have to cancel so much, I just wanted to give myself to you guys and we talk about important stuff. So I'm just making a point that since I won't be finishing all of these tonight, it's going to fit right in for tomorrow night. But for right now, we're going to finish this article and then we're going to talk about a couple more tabs, and then I'm going to find somebody to raid on Rumble, okay? All right. Trump and self-claimed. Okay, we read that part. And post-grave threat, which in turn... So let's read it here. This sort of rhetoric could encourage right-wing vigilantism and presage a government crackdown on left-leaning organizations, which in turn could inflame left-wing extremism and pose a grave threat to free speech. I mean, if you want to look like you're trying to make a good kind of in the middle point, there you go. Raid Sleazy P Martini. I love Sleazy P. I especially love when he's watching a movie and I get to come lurk. But I rated him one time and somebody in all caps yelled, "Fuck you, Zatris." So I felt like maybe I'm being too rude or something when I raid him. I don't know. I might raid him again. It's been like, what, 2 years? I mean, there are people on Rumble who don't like me because... I don't know, they see I'm a VTuber, so they just automatically assume I'm a guy LARPing as a girl. And it's like, no. The womanizing is... I'm not a boy when it comes to any of this dumb female shit I do. Maybe we should rate... It depends who's streaming. Because I do like to help you guys get acquainted with like all the... content creators on Rumble that I actually really enjoy. Maybe it was just being friendly. I mean, I hope so. I don't think so, though. Anime racism. They need to be put in jail for that. We'll see who's streaming. And I might do Sleazy. I love Sleazy. I love him. I grew up listening to Guar, actually. I remember being like a really little kid liking Guar. Zay is a young Chinese boy. I can't believe it. I am. I speak Chinese. I eat the rice. I do the math. I do good at math. Okay? That was not... That blended more into white girl doing Vietnamese more so than Chinese. But I'm going to tell you what. You can't convince me a shrimp fried that rice. You hear me? You hear me tapping on my like annotated Bible with my medium length nails. Hey, a shrimp fried this rice, boy? Shrimp they fried the rice and we crunch rice. We rice cruncher here. The heck is Guar? Guar is a shock rock band from like the mid 90s, I think. Guar in 2007. It was awesome. Oh, wow. Did you get sprayed with blood? I've never been to a Guar show. Hello, my name is Zay Twish. Welcome to the stream. What you want? You want the general sauce? You want General Sauce? I would fucking love some General Sauce and some shitty lo mein, to be honest with you guys. I've been eating so clean. You guys ate real clean for like weeks and weeks and weeks at a time, like months, and then you get hit with that want to eat shitty Chinese. Oh, no problem, Snark Monkey. None But the Brave. Sick of You. Those are my two favorite Guar songs. That does cosplay, kinda? What you mean? That's you talking about Axe Crazy. Guar is wild. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I'm gonna be for real with you. Guar was kind of resurrected for me a couple of years ago because I ran into Sleazy on Rumble, and I remember he was on Twitch for a long time and then he got banned, and I forget why that was. Now he's no longer with Guar, but he still does the character. So you love the show covered in food dye? Hell yeah. No, I just ate Reese's. Did you have them in the freezer? Did you freeze them first? Guys, I gotta finish this. Ah! I miss reading books to you guys. I need to get back to it. I was waiting till I got my glasses sometime in December before I got back into it, but I don't know. If we could find something that's like 2 or 3 streams long, I'd be happy to read it. Did you hear they dissed Elon and Trump recently? Who did? Who? Oh, Guar? Oh, yeah, like, people were, like, really mad about that. And it's like, no, Guar kills everybody. Like, they're alien terrorists from outer space. Like, that's what they do. And then there's, like, a whole lot of people who are like, oh, this is corny. They need to read the room. And it's like, I know that you're a Zoomer and you're new to this, but this is on par with saying that music creates school shooters. Okay, it does not. And I know, like, a lot of people would probably look at this and think, well, Kathy Griffin had the severed head of Trump and it was all bloody and all that. Well, she did that. Like, she had, like, there was, like, a whole framing as to why she did that. And it's like, well, you can argue the same with Guar, but Guar is doing it as a character thing. I don't know. Okay. Kathy was more like, somebody needs to kill Trump before he becomes Hitler, whereas Guar's like, I fucking hate politicians! It's like that. I kind of see them as doing some kind of, like, Marie Antoinette level caricature thing. That's how I see it. But I grew up around shock rock and the whole, like, oh, Marilyn Manson caused Columbine and Ozzy Osbourne's Suicide Solution caused a kid to kill himself. So a lot of people are going to have, like, a hard, nuanced opinion about saying Guar was just doing this because it's Guar. You know. Kathy Griffin showing Trump's severed head is called being desperate for attention. That's all it is. I mean, but you can dislike them all you want. You know, it's fine. I mean, also, Kathy Griffin is a hag demon, so I don't like her. But I'm just saying, you know, respectfully, you know, just Guar is a show. They're putting on a show. So it's not that deep, you know. Now, I will say, you know, when we're talking about, like, oh, that's corny, read the room, this is bad timing. Had they did it to Charlie Kirk, imagine that. Imagine Guar had put this poor caricature of Charlie up there and did that. That would have spoke to me what people were trying to insinuate that Guar was doing when it was Elon or when it was Trump. So, and that's not what they did. So, I'm just saying. Oh, you did freeze them, Keenan? Nice. Guys, let me finish this article to you. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. This is one reason why, like, I don't aggregate content for you guys where I read news articles to you or talk about the news to you, because since this is something I do in my free time anyway, it's nice to just hang out and get to know you guys and just hang out and talk about happenings, because I'm too, like, I have poor executive function. I get distracted easily. I don't have a manager, believe it or not. I just do this shit myself. Why I have, like, a little help, like, you guys, some of you guys, like, very kindly, will post, like, a lot of stuff, like, either my stream suggestion on Discord, or, a lot will get posted in my political channel, and I just keep tabs on shit. It's, like, how I do this. I'm not an organized person. She is a hag demon. Let's keep going. Exaggerated rhetoric across party lines helps explain why both Republicans and Democrats believe that more than 40%, I'm sorry, I have hiccups, of the other side supports murder, if it serves their political interest. In reality, less than 4% of Americans support partisan violence. Well, as we've learned through the internet, those small groups are very, very loud. 'Twas my first stream. What? Wait, Keenan, is it? I thought we've talked. I thought I've seen you before. August Burns. Red makes people named August burn red stuff. hold on. I've heard of August Burns Red, but I don't know if I've listened to them. Now, I am obsessed with music. I can find a love of anything, even though I don't like modern country and it faces a lot of scrutiny. But I can definitely find something that I like. I give everything always a chance. And so I do love music a lot. You know, I used to not like be into like metalcore or genty sounding music, but there's a band that's called Parkway Drive that I have fallen in love with, and it has changed my perspective of how I view I think it's called metalcore. We have conversed on Twitter. Oh, Keenan, I knew I'd been seeing you around. I do like all of you ones that pass through and all this and that. Like, I do go check you out and see what you're all about. Okay. And Keenan, I'm so happy to have you here. I'm glad that this is your first stream and like we're able to just chill like that. That is way cool. I'm especially glad that it's your first stream and I'm not feeling as down as I was, because if you guys remember my last Winging It, I was kind of low energy, and then the next fucking day, that next morning, I had to go to the hospital. Like, I'm gonna save you guys the TMI, but like I had lost some blood, but I'm okay. I'm totally fine. I think. I feel fine. There's no need to worry, at least. Okay, I've said it like 20 times, but I'm gonna listen. Give a listen to Ura. They're one of my all-time favorites. I definitely will. It's good. They're a metalcore band. Ah, okay. Now, you guys, I'm gonna tell you right quickly. Like, I listen to heavy metal usually, and I love heavy metal. And I have a soft spot for shoegaze and trad goth new wave. So, to be fair, that is corny. It was probably early symptoms. So, if you're talking about me, Vanta, like real quick, like for a week and a half, like almost like right at 9 days, I had a hard, weird cramp that was either under or beside my left kidney, and again, I'm going to spare you guys like details because I also don't want you to worry. And I thought, this is fine, it's okay, you know, TMI, like it like maybe my period is about to start. I was like, it's okay. And no, I was getting dressed one morning to start my day at like 10 till 7 a.m. And I had to go to the hospital because whatever that was, it exploded. And so my PSA, I have another PSA tonight, that please do not ignore if you have a weird cramp that you don't normally have. Thoughts on synthwave? I absolutely love synthwave. I do. So when we're talking about like synthwave and we're talking about shoegaze, new metal, not new metal, new wave, I really dig that stuff, and I really like death metal, heavy metal, I even like black metal. And then I really fucking like stoner doom / drone. Sludge. Oh, I love sludge music. I love that. If it's like melancholy, romantic, slow, fucking deep and hard, I love it. And I especially love when it's fucking weird too. That's why I really like the Melvins. I listen to like a lot of music that make people think I'm like in my 50s because I listen to probably 70 plus hours of music every week. And I guess if I have any sort of autistic superpower, it has to do with music. Let me finish this. Let's finish this and then I gotta wrap up. Okay. Actually, where am I at? Where am I at? Let's just start that paragraph over. Exaggerated rhetoric across party lines helps explain why both Republicans and Democrats believe that more than 40% of the other side supports murder if it serves their political interest. In reality, less than 4% of Americans support partisan violence, such as assault or arson, let alone murder. Even the number is too high, of course, but it would surely drop if partisans stopped misconstruing their opponents. I guess. Actually, staunching political violence will require America's leaders to commit to fighting all forms of extremism. It takes the left to say something. It's going to have to take the left to say something. Not just those associated with their opponents. The Trump administration has prioritized combating the rise of left-wing terrorism, but not right-wing terrorism. That's because there is none. I mean, those two veterans, I don't know about the first one, because there was two over the past couple days. Hi, killer! But at least one of them was clearly, like, a mentally unwell person. So, some of this can actually be put in the whole there's a mental health crisis box. Okay? And these are the type of people that's getting groomed into wanting to kamikaze themselves for leftist ideals. Phantom is true. It's true. Strongly recommend Fixations. Requiem for the Serpent. Really? Oh, listen here. Me and you could probably converse about lots of gothy music, Mr. Cruelty Squad. I have lots of it. I also have a Spotify. I mean, you guys, if you guys can find me, you're welcome to follow me. I have two. I have one, my original one that I had like tens of thousands of songs, so I actually abandoned it and started a fresh one a year ago. And if you look up Zatris on Spotify, you will see me. It's like it's gonna be like a little chibi me sitting on my sigil, and you can just follow me if you want to. That one's the one I currently use. I think the other one has my universal hexagram. Don't follow that one. I abandoned that one. Like, I did not like what the algorithm was putting out for me every Monday. Parkway Drive on Broken Hearts. Oh. Yeah, I like Pastel. Oh, I love Pastel Ghost. I love putting Pastel Ghost on and just, like, cleaning my tiny apartment and chilling. She makes beautiful music. So that stuff, so her in particular, that'll start like deviating into Witch House, and I love Witch House. Now that Witch House actually started as a joke and then it took off. Sidewalks and Skeletons. Oh, now we're talking Witch House. Yeah. I love Sidewalks and Skeletons. Yes. You are the only other person to ever talk to me about those groups, so you are an interesting person. Sometimes the Spotify algorithm can be dumb. I had fucked it up really bad from where, like, I'll listen to, like, sludge and drone and stoner doom and grunge and then progressive rock and then all the heavy metal and all the black metal, and then it would just, like, shit out the worst stuff. And I'm like, all right, I gotta stop. The CEO did step down. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. We're actually almost done with this. Could you believe an article that's probably a 3-minute read would take me 3 hours? Would you believe it? Because it's happening. Okay. But not right-wing terrorism, which remains a concern despite its decline this year. Developing the programs and expertise to suppress different forms of terrorism takes years. I don't believe that. And ignoring a long-term threat to go after a more immediate one could be deadly over time. Well, you said goth. Yeah. I love gothy stuff. I usually IRL. I usually just wear black all the time. I'm not like too obnoxious about it. Like I'm not, but I'm not. I mean, respectfully, all right. Like I do love the girls who can make spikes and stuff look really cute. But for me, I'm like, when I go out in public, I don't like to have a lot of attention on me. But I love goth shit like big time. Now there is some stuff that like I'll DIY and I'll like spike it up. Like it's usually a purse or a jacket. But like wearing the collars and stuff, I just can't do that. Like there's some stuff where I will favor the Victorian era especially when it comes to jewelry. I don't know, I'm just oversharing. Health is another great one. Disco's part 1 and 2 by Health is another recommendation. So Health also did a collab with Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, and I thought, I can't remember the name of the song right now. They did a few, but like there's one in particular, and I cannot remember the name of it, but that was a great collab, to be honest with you. Axe Crazy, thank you so much for being here. Check out Cannons. Okay. And you have a great night, okay? And you sleep good, and you have a good day tomorrow. Would you truly be a right-wing VTuber without the tangents? Seems like the rite of passage. Wait a second. Vant is on to something. I think that's true. I'm also a female, so yapping is just like in my DNA. Okay. Let's read this last part. Condemning all political violence, especially when it emanates from one's own side or targets one's opponents, is also an important means of breaking the cycle of distrust. So they're trying to say the left needs to fucking say something without actually saying it. Many prominent Democrats have done this since Kirk's shooting. Can we name one? I'm not saying there hasn't been any. I just haven't heard them. Is there one? I've been doing well. I've been doing better than I have since a few days ago. Rite of passage. I'm picking up what he's putting down too, Kanan. I am rite of passage, aren't I? I like your rants. Oh, you make me feel good. IRL, not a lot of people like them. Because I will go from being like dead silent to like oversharing like real quick. Okay. Cycle of distrust. Many prominent Democrats have done this since Kirk's shooting. So did many Republicans after the assassination of Hortman and the attack on Paul Pelosi in 2022. Both sides need to improve, as evidenced by some left-wing celebrations of Luigi Mangione, the alleged killer of Thompson, the healthcare executive, and the failure of some conservative leaders to expressly condemn white supremacists. What more do they need them to say? Oh, hi, Killer, over on YouTube as well. Hortman's assassin and other violent extremists. Okay. Utah Governor Spencer Cox has served as a model in unequivocally denouncing extremists, which makes them outcasts instead of heroes. Cox described Kirk's killing as an attack on all of us. Oh, I remember this guy saying this now. As he offered a simple exhortation that would benefit both sides, particularly in moments like these when violence can spiral disagree better. Okay. I'm sorry that took like 3 hours to get through, but anyway. You know, like, I knew it was a fucking problem when Luigi Mangione did his thing, and I mean, it's been since like Charles Manson, or even before, where there's like all these women who are just like, oh my god, I can't stop creaming my panties for that fucking wacko, right? And then here's like Taylor Lorenz, who's just like can't get over Luigi Mangione, and it's like, girl, whew, that's another demon hag right there, hag demon. Even though I think she's hot, but she's fucking psycho. But I don't know if she thinks Luigi Mangione hot for what he did. I kind of get this idea that she might be a pillow princess. Because you know how some crazy women, especially the ones that are like, they're fucking crazy and then they become bisexuals and they're like, well, I gotta fuck a girl because, like, I don't know, I'm not having a great time with men right now. You know what? They tend to be pillow princesses as well. Let me just shut up. I wanted to make a point and I realized that point was not the correct point to make. Yapping in my yap stream. I was born a yapper. Alright. I like to yap, especially since I'm not much of a yapper myself. You know, like, I'm telling you guys, like, in real life, like, I'm, like, really quiet and chill. And then when I get to just hang out and relax and do this shit, like, it's great. It's cathartic, to be honest with you. I'm almost afraid to ask, but what's a pillow princess? Oh, hey, Death Beholden. Hi. I haven't seen you in a good while. I hope you're doing okay. What is a pillow princess? We're like, you sweet, sweet summer child. It's... Oh, how do I best put this? It's a woman who will just lay there and expect to be fucked and won't even so much as, like, touch you back. She's like, okay, do your thing. Come on. Do your thing. Like, she's like a whole, like, half brain cell away from, like, browsing her phone while she's in the middle of getting sex. Like, they just expect you to do everything. And yes, I've had women like that, you guys. Like, don't judge me, okay? Alright. That's enough. Keenan, I'm glad someone asked for me. I have no problem explaining to you guys what it is, but it's also kind of like, it makes me feel a little shy. We also call them starfish. That's right, little starfish. Will just like, or imagine like arms spread out, legs spread on the bed. That's most women, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You guys, I'm going to flip through real quick. Like, what did I have left? Oh, I was going to go into, like, the transference from the left. It's like, just accuse the enemy of everything that you're doing. And then, I wanted to talk about, like, some ICE stuff. And, Antifa versus ICE. But you guys, it is already past midnight. I've been going for 3 hours. I will most definitely pick up where I left off tomorrow night, and then we'll have extra as well. So part 2 will be tomorrow night, okay? And I want you guys to know I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry we didn't get through it all. But honestly, it's good to be over prepared for stream, huh? So I'm pretty proud about that. Alright, give me a moment here, and we're gonna look at my Rumble page. And I haven't forgot about Sleazy. Let's see who all's streaming, and then we might end up doing Sleazy. Oh, hello. Okay, there it goes. But you guys, it's been a great time. I'm so glad that, like, I feel so much better and I'm not low energy like I had been from where, like, I had whatever was wrong. When I went to the ER, by the way, they did not see what was wrong, but I found out I don't have kidney stones in the middle of all that when I went to the ER, so there is good news. Let me see. So, well, no, there's barely anyone streaming. So we got Pixel. We got Panda Sub. Oh, Sleazy is going. Well, it looks like... Well, I mean, we got Razio. Let me see what he is doing. The decline of Japanese civilization part One.
Out, Sleazy P. Montana.
Oh, hello. Hello. Why did it stop?
And do it when I wanna. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Sleazy
Oh,
P.
he's
Montana.
leaving. The sleaze has left the building. No. Well, we would have done that. We'll go to Razio. Razio is a very cool individual. He's very bass. He's very chill. There's really not a lot of people on, but that's okay. Yeah, he's cool, you guys. I'm gonna post this in all 3 chats. Yeah, I know, Wog. I would have got him. I would have got Sleazy. I would have. I'm gonna have to catch up next time. Maybe tomorrow night. I don't know if he streams tomorrow, but if he does, we'll see about getting them. Great to meet you. Hey, Cruelty Squad, it was great to meet you. And Keenan as well. This is his first stream. Guys, thank you for being here. I'm going to go ahead and drop this link. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it over here on Twitter and also over on YouTube. So if you guys want your, any reason to finally come over to Rumble or see what it's like, here you go. Razio is a very chill dude. I think he's okay with talking politics. So if you want to chat with him about anything. Only a 3-hour goon sesh? Can barely get the juices going. Brother. Romance is something mostly done by men. Okay, now I'm gonna overshare. I'm scared of relationships, but I'm very worshipping when I'm in them. Like, I love, like, the person I'm with, like, they are the one that lights up the stars in my innerverse, and I love to, like, cuddle and love them and shower them and praise that, like, I do genuinely feel in my heart to tell them, and I'm just very much an appreciator, you know. It's like we only get this one life, and then I got to I got to, like, fall in love and share it with that person. I know that sounds like really gay, but I am very much a romantic person, which is probably why I'm terrified of relationships at this point, because I've had my heart broken pretty bad before. But anyway, enough with all that. I am going to send you guys all off to Razio. Please show him lots of love. Leave him lots of likes. And tomorrow night, we are going to pick up where we left off, and we are going to continue on with part 2 of our Yap Sesh. See, don't give me hope. We both know women don't exist. I mean, you're kind of right, because every girlfriend I had, they were more like receivers of my worshipful, I can't speak, I'm sorry. My worshipful sense of being, because it's like, if I love hard enough, like, my heart will then provoke me to want to write poetry, and it's like every morning she wakes up, like, I might have, like, a lovely text that I like some gay prose that I threw together because, like, my heart felt so joyful that day, and other gay stuff like that. So it would be nice. Like, I wish that women would be in love with life, you know. We only get this one life, you know, and I don't know. It's sad. And then everyone wants to use each other, and I really don't want to be somebody's fool again, where they pull my heartstrings and try to control me. Alright, that was some heavy oversharing. Let me send you the Razio. And I will see you guys all tomorrow night, okay? Please be there, if you can, if you have time. Okay? Okay? I love all of you guys. Please take care of yourselves. And if you have a cramp that's lasting more than a week and a half that you never had before, please go to the doctor. learn my mistakes, okay? Good night, you guys. Good night. Thank you for being here.